getting locked out last year.
The 7-seat hybrid Toyota Kluger.
Hey! Hi, girls.
Available now with a 4.9% comparison rate with Toyota Finance.
What? This is our uniform. Are you serious? They just copied us.
Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota.
Hey guys, should we have one of our massive big nights out?
How you going?
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school. This is our center.
Cost to everybody by the sounds of it. Thank you, Jason.
And time to put my reputation on the line. Tom King, here's mine.
Kingy, because this is the one that counts the most, because you know the most, so you'll stuff it up more. Top 5.
South Barwon, St Joseph's, Leopold, Colac.
Here we go.
Newtown and Chilwell.
You're always going to
I'm
do
drinking
that.
the Kool-Aid.
You are drinking the Kool-Aid.
Definitely drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, grand finalists.
South Barwon and Leopold.
Right, Premier.
South Barwon will end the misery.
Wooden spoon.
It'll be North Shore.
That's the medal.
Sebros.
Well, you've drank that Kool-Aid too, can I tell you, after the podcast. Leading goal kicker.
I'm actually going with Paddy Dowling too. Yeah, I saw some stuff in the Aberfeldy practice match a couple of weeks ago that tells me Paddy's come back a very, very different footballer to what he left. The year under Riley Kershaw might have been very, very good for him.
Improver.
I think it'll be St Albans.
Slider.
St Mary's.
And will the grand final be at the GMHBO Stadium?
It will be.
We were pretty. It's okay.
Yeah,
I think we drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Neildy, you're hopeless.
So premiers, there's only one of us alive. Is that
Oh,
right?
yeah, good on you.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course, that'd be you.
Birchie and Buzz are down boundary side. Buzz was very nicely dressed earlier, but just dressed down for the
Kenny,
occasion.
I might just jump in.
Oh, where are you, Birchie?
I've got a young Oliver Flynn with me here.
Oh, very good.
I thought I'd get a veteran and one of the up-and-coming young stars. Ollie, congratulations. What an amazing victory. I know it's a bit bittersweet for you because obviously you played a lot of footy that we've covered in the 2 o'clock team, but to come back down to the reserves, from what we heard from your coaches, you're amazing when they delivered that news to you a couple of weeks ago, and now you've got a premiership medal around your neck. It must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels so good. It's just, such a good brotherhood that we've got at St Mary's. Everyone's just so connected. So yeah, coming out of the ones, it was pretty easy because just all my mates play twos, and we had a good crack today. It was just heaps of fun.
And did you feel a bit more freedom, dropping back obviously in the 2 o'clock team? There is a lot of pressure. You are only young and, you certainly held your own out there. But to come back to the 12 o'clock team, just to get out there and do your thing and back yourself a little bit more, you must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bit easier getting the ball in the twos and the ones, and a bit less pressure. So, it was good.
I need to ask you how your mum is. Because I saw her I saw her at the Mathesons on Tuesday night, and she said there's a lot of people that are worried about my welfare, and I'm disappointed because I can't go onto the opposite side of the ground to support on the big day. How's she faring, and did she get any sleep last night?
I think she got a bit of sleep, but it is good. A bit funny watching her last week at Geelong West. She was picking trees on the other side of the fence, so it's a bit funny, but she does really well.
I reckon there'll be pretty big celebrations back at the club rooms, and Mum will be in full flight then, so I might have to pop in for one as well to celebrate. Well done, young man. Really proud. You can hold your head high for a fantastic season, and you've got plenty of years ahead of you, so bigger and better things to come. Well done on the premiership.
Thank you very much.
Ollie Flynn joining us there. Thank you for that, Birchie, for Inspirations Paint Grovedale. Our last break, and we'll be back with the 2025 Blood Toyota Cup, the GFNL Grand Final between St Joseph's and St Mary's. We're before the bounce for Team Tyre Power and the Ponds and Norlane Hotels. Watch the Catch and the Lines on the big screens live at the Ponds and Norlane Hotels.
Make Tom, Lingy and Lockie your wake-up call.
I received a message suggesting that maybe I would want to look at Media Watch last night, and it was about the coverage of the machete
amnesty bins.
That's right, and how the perception was that they cost about $325,000 a pop. Was certainly our understanding about it, wasn't it, Cameron Lee?
I said the wrong thing in saying that
hang on.
Anything.
Hang on.
Certainly don't.
Leave it up to Media Watch.
The $300,000 bin is just too savoury a scandal to die.
bins that are costing $325,000 each that aren't going to get used, by the way.
Call me old-fashioned, but I do wonder what happened to checking such things before you go on air.
Me too.
Fair.
As someone who's never checked anything before I go to air.
Oh, we know. It's very clear.
Get Tom, Lingy and Loggy weekday mornings from 6 on K-Rock 955. Mimosa Homes, now is the time promotion. On now.
Stop what you're doing. The Chemist Warehouse Footy Finals half-price vitamin sale is on now. Get half price off your favourite big brand vitamins, like Nature's Way, Lifespace, Ethical Nutrients, Barnes, half price. Wonderlust, Fireblend, Nature's Own, Thompson's Boost, half price. Comvita, Brower, EpiChoice and Nutrilife, half price. And get 40% off Healthy Care. Find more half-price vitamins in-store and online. Sale ends September 28. Exclusions apply. Excludes exclusive box sizes. Retail limits apply. For half-price vitamins, shop at Chemist Warehouse and stop paying too much.
Looking to buy a Mac? Harvey Norman Corio and Warren Ponds is your Apple authorised reseller with the widest range of Mac in Geelong. Our expert staff can show you the incredible performance, super fast SSD storage and stunning displays that mean you can do more than ever. Our trained technicians can even set up your new Mac and transfer your data from your old PC. With interest-free terms available every day and our best price guarantee, the choice is clear. Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds, your Apple Mac destination.
Looking for an energy plan that truly rewards you? Then it's time to switch to Red Energy. Switch your home to Red Energy on a Qantas Red plan by October 7 and you'll earn a guaranteed share of 5 million Qantas points. Plus, earn up to 15,000 bonus Qantas points just by paying your first electricity and gas bill in full. Now that's what we call energy that's genuinely rewarding. Come on over to redenergy.com.au. T's and C's apply. Fact sheets available at redenergy.com.au/EFS.
Aldi's Aussie boneless pork shoulder is easy to roast.
Oh, look! It's got no bones!
I meant in the oven. Now only $8.99 per kilo. Aussie pork at Aldi prices. Aldi, good different.
Ah, here's you on a perfect summer day chatting to...
Jigsaw, anyone?
The back of your kids' phones. Or here's you with a Narellan pool. Beat the summer boredom. For a free quote, search Narellan Pools today.
Australian Skin Clinic's birthday sale ends soon. But here's the beautiful bit. You can still save up to 60% on skin, laser and body treatments. Buy in-clinic or online at australianskinclinics.com.au. Now that's every bit beautiful. T's and C's apply.
Punt with Ladbrokes this Saturday and supercharge your odds with Odds Surge. Activate on all races at Rose Hill for bigger odds and bigger payouts. Go you good thing, go you good thing. Max bet $100. First Odds Surge bet only. T's and C's apply. See website for details. Chances are you're about to lose.
The Harvey Norman September sale ends soon. Don't miss amazing deals across all Tempur mattresses and adjustable bases. Like the Tempur One Queen mattress, only $1,999. At the Tempur Aspire 2.0 adjustable queen base, now only $999. Or get up to 50% off on the exclusive Tempur Breeze mattress. And also receive a bonus Tempur Manchester set valued up to $699. Experience Tempur for less with Harvey Norman, your local mattress experts, Corio and Warren Ponds.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
We're before the bounce for Team Tyre Power and the Ponds and Norlane Hotels on GFNL Grand Final Day. Team Tyre Power, your one-stop shop for all tyres and wheels in Belmont, Drysdale, North Geelong and Torquay. St Mary's are out and also now St Joseph's. St Joseph's in their traditional strip with the black shorts. St Mary's in the navy blue and green with the white shorts this afternoon. We're not too far away from the pre-game ceremony, but we can tell you the KFC X-Poll has almost delivered its final result. And St Joseph's, last time we checked, a clear leader for KFC, and they still are 71% on the Joeys, 29% on the Saints. KFC with 10 original tenders for just $10. KFC FLG pick-up only. Our own Jace Boris down boundary side today, snapping away for Pixel Sports Media. Keep an eye out for Jace's Gems. We'll have a nice little gallery of action from today's grand final. Eel Pie Sports Media as well. Craig Johnston as the camera out. We'll have it covered from all angles here this afternoon in terms of photography. Some great snaps and those gentlemen working away beautifully this afternoon. In the experts chair for the Sporting Globe this afternoon, Matt Kershaw with assistance from Matt Dowling, who's also just loitering up the back as well. Got the headset ready to go. We'll interject when Kirsch misses the obvious, so we look forward to that Dowlo this afternoon.
Won't be speaking much then.
Gentlemen, who wins? And why? Don't give me your margin and your pendulum, but just tell us why, who wins.
Well, it's a tale of two teams, Kingy. We've seen all year that St Mary's are, they're a happy corridor attacking sort of side. They like to get the ball forward into their forward half by transition. They're the #1 handball receive team in the competition, so they get that ball forward, they get into there quick to their forwards, and they let their forwards go to work. St Joseph's, on the other hand, are a different style of team. They're the #1 uncontested mark, and they like to transition a little bit different and get the ball to the outside. They're meticulous by foot. They're probably really backed themselves to be an elite kicking side. So we've got tale of two teams and how they go about it. St Mary's will obviously restrict St Joseph to try and not get that ball to the outside, and St Joseph's in turn will try and defend the corridor and make St Mary's go around. So we're in for a really intriguing tactical game as well. We both know both sides are chock-a-block full of talent. We've seen probably arguably the best GFL game this year between the two of them that I've seen in a long time in local football. So if we get anything like that, Dowlow, we're in for an absolute treat. But two sides, two different styles. It's a toss of the coin. Best sides sort of, can win this game of footy.
Yeah, I think I agree with the two styles of footy, and we've been able to see that St Mary's have been really good the last few weeks, especially when the pressure's been on around the contest and being able to restrict teams from getting the ball to the outside and forcing repeat stoppages. But I think for St Joey's, if they can get it out to the outside, we've seen that they've probably been vulnerable in games where the conditions haven't been quite to their liking. Maybe they're a little bit vulnerable going long down the line and not having that presence. Today, when the conditions are nice, I think that we'll be able to see them try and get the ball to the outside, use the whole ground, move it forward, and I think they've got some forwards that might put St Mary's defenders under a bit of pressure. But yeah, looking forward to a tight contest.
It's a great point you make because, St Mary's are the number one contested mark in the competition, so that down-the-line style is not going to work for St Joseph today, so they don't want to be restricted in doing that.
Kirsch, who's your Breakwater Meadowland head-to-heads or heads-to-head?
No, we're going to head-to-head today, and it's a really intriguing one. I'm going the GFL experience in flags, Kingy. I'm going the two heads that are going to stand up today and how can they carry their team across the line, and that's Al Hickey versus Jared Garner. Both have won 3 premierships. Both are the most experienced players out there, and I think the way they play and they lead and what they do out there today will help the younger players around them, and that's going to be a head-to-head. I think it's an intriguing one.
150 today for Al Hickey. Brother James playing his 150th open age, 145 by my count at senior level.
Super effort.
Yeah, 2017, 2018 flags for James Hickey, of course. All 3 from that 15 to 18 era for Alex Hickey. Looking to become the first 4-time premiership player at senior level in history at Drew Oval. St Mary's looking for some 3-timers this afternoon and a couple of duels as well. So we're down with St Mary's and St Joseph's on centre wing, and it's time to head down to our ground announcer, Matt Warland.
Welcome to GMHBA Stadium for the 2025 Blood Toyota Senior Grand Final played between St Joseph's Football Club and St Mary's Football Club. An amazing afternoon here, sunshine, and we're ready for a big grand finale. We'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land we meet on today, the Wadawurrung people of the Kulin Nation, and recognise the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people's unique culture and spiritual relationship to land, waters and seas. We pay our respect to elders past, present and emerging. Before we proceed with the toss of the coin, I'd like to acknowledge the coaches and captains of both teams this afternoon. For St Joseph's, Coach Ron Watt and Captain Alex Hickey. And for St Mary's, coaches Luke Rayner and Ben Bosley, and Captain Jack Blood and Braden Ham. Okay, can I welcome to toss the coin and the two, if I can invite the captains over, please, and also the GFL #1 ticket holder this season. A round of applause for Jock McMahon.
So Jock McMahon down there with the honours, who of course bleeds navy blue and green. He's put the penny into the air, and it has been won by St Joey's.
St Joseph's have won the toss and will kick to the river, and the players stand in the first quarter.
Big toss to win. Big toss to win.
If you're able, please now, could you be upstanding and join the players, coaches and umpires as we welcome Cameron Sheehan to perform the Australian National Anthem. Thank you, everybody, and good luck to both teams. It's time now for the 2025 GFNL Grand Final. St Joseph's and St Mary's going toe-to-toe. The old-fashioned arch rivals have been at it for just over 50 years when Joey's was formed back in the early 1970s out of the college. St Mary's starting life as young Catholic workers, and they will once again do it on Grand Final Day. The fourth meeting on Grand Final Day, the first one back in 1989. Joey's winning their first GFNL flag. They did it in 17 and 18, and it was Joey's back-to-back. The Saints are yet to tip over the Joeys on Grand Final Day. As we go boundary side, Jane Birch and firstly Buzz Conway. Buzz, who wins and by how much this afternoon?
I might ask Jack Nolan to just have a quick word. Jack, how are the nerves first of all? So the knees just tweaking a little bit in the line?
Mate, I'm not going to lie. I'm absolutely bricking it. Just so excited. Probably 10 other teams in the comp that would kill to be in this position.
Breeze on this breeze, is it going to play any effect? Quite blustery.
It's a bit round circles.
He has to go to the huddle.
Jack's going to the huddle. Winner and margin, Buzz?
Joey's 2 goals.
Thank you for that. Josh Conway tipping Joey's by 12 points. Bergie, where are you?
I'm dead.
Might just need to get you to...
Sorry, I was down in the dugout with the umpires, so maybe that's not such a good move, Kirsch.
That will be... you won't get great reception down
No,
there.
so we'll have to move out of there. But I think in these pristine conditions, there's no wind to speak of. It's an absolute pearler of a day. I'm going to go with St Joseph's by 15 points.
By 15 points. Thank you for that, Birchie. Goddings ground report. Johnson Kubota dealers, tractors, excavators, mowers and more. Laurie Hill, winner and margin. St Joseph's by 15 points for Laurie Hill. Matt Dowling, winner and margin.
St Joey's by 9 points.
Jason Doherty.
St Joey's by 8 points I was going to go, so there you go.
St Joey's by 22 for me. Matt Kershaw for the last time in 2025. Swing your pendulum.
Okay, in the positive column, the 4 column, St Mary's are 126 points ahead. St Joseph's in the defensive column are plus 45. That's a swing off 81 points to St Mary's. If you divide that by the 18 games, Jace, it's 4.5 point win to St Mary's. But they've played more of the bottom teams than St Joseph's, so I'm deducting 75 points off them. That's minus 4.1 per game. That puts St Joseph's in front by a point by the pendulum scale. You wouldn't believe it, Jace. 1 point.
Down to you, Josh Conway for Leopold Sporties. You've snagged a prime little spot down there in front of the dugout.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm incognito down here, Kingy. It's great. The conditions are absolutely perfect. It is quite blustery in the middle of the ground. The wind's not really favouring either end at the moment, but it is very swirly, so interesting to see how the teams adapt to that.
Thank you for that. Leopold Sportsman's Club, Leopold Sporties brand new sports bar is now open. It is umpire Wilson who holds the ball aloft. He'll run with Chris Jones and Steve Ganaccia. And the 2025 GFNL Grand Final is go!
And Joe Chaplin gets it down for St Joey's first hit out of the Grand Final. Jack Blood goes in, but I think it might be a free kick already. It's going to come back. It's Matt Copley for St Mary's. Gets it off a step, goes to the Lang. He goes towards half forward with the kick. Kicking to the Joel Selwood stand in his first term is St Mary's. Harry McMahon, handball was okay in the end. Rudd made it better than it was. Left foot kick was okay as well. And Ham, who looks to be forward of the footy today for St Mary's. He is on 50. He's right next to the boundary line, and he is going to kick to the northern end. He's going to play on now as well and go to the top of the square with the kick. Big pack there. He wants to mark one-handed. Wasn't going to get it done. Goes towards Dowling and Gow. They see it over the boundary line in the right forward pocket, and we're going to have a boundary throw in.
Well, McGully Plan Farm matchups, gentlemen, keep an eye on those this afternoon. Whatever you see, just shout them out because they'll be important this afternoon. Matchups on the likes of Dowling, the likes of Ham, the likes of Lewis are all going to be important. We'll get a boundary throw in, right forward pocket, northern end of the ground. We'll get a crowd update too from Buzz and Birchie. Chaplin just fisted away outside defensive 50 for Joey's, but tracking it is Blood, James Hickey, to keep him company. Blood ran out of room as we get down to you, Birchie. Just a crowd, is it? They're starting to roll in a little bit.
Sorry, I just had to make myself get myself into a spot where I could see, that the wing is pretty much full. There's a big crowd that's rolled in and it's continued to build, so that's fantastic.
Ball from the boundary throw in at right half forward for St Mary's. Kick off the ground by Chaplin for St Joey's. He goes towards the outer side centre wing right in front of the red Hickey stand, and we're going to have a boundary throw in. Kirsch's going to sort each other out here at the moment, aren't they, both teams?
Yeah, we did say that off air earlier, didn't we, Jace? We know that first 10 to 15 minutes is really hot. There's going to be a lot of tackle pressure. There's going to be some mistakes, so it's just who eases into this game better and who settles better.
Hamish Burke on Paddy de Grande. It's a shallow throw-in, and Chaplin's picked up the loose footy, fires a handball to Betson. That's Keelan giving it back to Chaplin, and they'll go inside 50 for the first time. Joey's Keaton Rayner judged the best, but de Grande down low has taken a Hamlin hanger. I thought Keaton Rayner had cut himself in the box seat coming off Hunter Lewis, but de Grande back with the flight in what was the old de Grande pocket. And it's taken the mark. A Hamlin hanger contender and a shot at goal coming from about 20 out, just left of centre for the ideal start for the men in red, gold and black.
Oh, it's an ideal day. Both teams average about 18 marks inside forward 50, so it's a great start when you go inside and you take one early.
Numbers for Kerr's hire, quality equipment for hire and sales. Paddy de Grande from 25 out has just snuck it into the left-hand goal post for the first of the decider. Opening quarter action thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman. St Joseph's 1 straight 6. St Mary's yet to score as we approach 3 minutes played in this opening quarter. Matt Kershaw, Matt Dowling in the experts' chairs for the Sporting Globe.
Well, it was the front of that stoppage of that boundary throw-in that was open. They walked through the front of it, and the two big fellas, Chaplin and Betson, they did all the clearance work and got the ball in transition inside forward 50. And if you get it in quick, that's what the bigs can do, Dowlo.
Absolutely, spot on there, Kirsch. So back to the middle, umpire Ganachia has the ball. Umpires Wilson, Ganachia and Jones this afternoon controlling this big one at GMHBA Stadium. Chaplin and Hughes. Hughes gets it down beautifully to Jansen, who gets the kick away under pressure towards half forward. Getting across there, Sam Burke. Handball away, straight to Harry Smith and the don't argue as well. Umpire Ganachia comes in, says all okay. And we're going to have a ball up right half forward for St Mary's. About 65 from their goal. And coming across for the ruck work, Chaplin and Hughes. Big Wombat Gully Plant Farm match up this afternoon between those two. Chaplin got it down. Garner, he can't get away. Umpire just hovering, letting the ball go. Chaplin does get it away for St Joey's. Goes towards the top of the square at half forward for St Mary's, but they're going to turn it over. Lang with a quick kick inside for St Mary's. There's a 2-on-2 over the back. Webb comes across as the number 3 for St Joey's and breaks free. Short little kick.
James Hose is marked. Former GD Rookie of the Year drives a kick to the wing, and coming up is Morrison to mark below our best seats in the house for Apco Cafe 24/7. A short ball. Edwards, strong hands, takes the mark in front of Lang. But just back of the wing for Joey's. Broadcast side on a fine Friday afternoon from a standing start. Edwards sends a kick forward. Lewis is his target, won't get there. Surely tunneled. Pendlebury, who'll get the free kick. Been an interesting year for Ryan Pendlebury. Served a significant suspension for an issue from his time at Euroa, but back at the right time, then an injury or turnover. Jansen's kicked it straight to James Hickey, who with the outside of the right boot puts it into the left forward pocket. It eludes de Grande, a foot race. Jansen and de Grande. De Grande shrugged away, tried to get a handball away. Jansen stuck the tackle, and that will be holding the ball against Paddy de Grande. Chris Jansen did well after making the initial mistake. His short kick is marked by Pendlebury. It barely went 15.
It did, and he's at the back end of defensive 50 for St Mary's. He goes towards Wales, kick out of mid-air by Nanatus. Might be okay across half forward for St Joey's. Short little kick by Gow, missed the target, which was Hunter Lewis. Coming back the other way, Travellini to help out for St Mary's. He handballs it back to Jansen. Inside defensive 50 again. Might have turned the ball over. Antonak, though, couldn't take the mark. Cockrell stands in the tackle, gives it away to Ham. He goes further afield. Travellini off a step at half back. Tries to measure the pass towards centre wing. But right in the back pocket of Sam Burke was Cal Mitchell, and he saw it over the boundary line in front of the red chicky stand. We're going to have a boundary throw in.
Has that crowd started to build buzz just as it gets into this opening quarter?
Yeah, it has, Kingy, and vocal too.
So Buzz Conway, Jane Birch, boundary side for Leopold Sporties, boundary throw in. Hughes and Chaplin. Chaplin worked Hughes off the foot. He just ragdolled him and then pumped the ball forward. Inside forward 50, a rolling ball. Lewis comes out and takes it. Rayner gobbles him up, brings him to ground. Lewis can't get a handball away. Ball spills out. Henderson sees it out. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Right where the 50 meets the boundary line. Under the big scoreboard in the Marrable Street pocket. St Joseph's 1 straight 6. St Mary's yet to score. Opening quarter action for Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman.
So 50 around from the St Joey's goal. We have a boundary throw in. Joe Chaplin and Fletcher Hughes for their respective teams. Pine puts the ball in the air. Hughes gets it down. Chaplin, though, gets a second tap onto it. Over his head towards Lewis. Rayner right next to him. Tackle without the footy. Umpire says play on. Ball spills free back towards Gow. He's not going to be able to keep that in. And at left half forward. On the outer side, we are going to have another boundary throw in.
Some good matches up the other end. Cal Mitchell's got the job on Burke. And obviously Betson's got the job on Rudd.
Wombat Gully Plant Farm, 201 Townsend Road, Moollap. New stock arriving every day. Gents are about to head back to the garden. Tapped down by Chaplin. Roving James Hickey. Fired a handball forward for Joey's into the path of Hose. Hose will run onto it and bang it on the boot inside 50. It's not his best kick under pressure. It eludes both Burke and DeGrandy. Spragg gets back there to tidy up, and his kick is good for Travellini, who marks at left half back in front of a crowd building in the Brownlow and Premiership stands. The veteran Travellini sends a kick to the wing. Big fly coming from Rudd, but standing tall O'Dwyer, who knows how to get it done in big games. The former Yarrawonga player who can cede some ground with the kick back inside the centre square. And Tanner Owen, a great story, back into the side late in the years, held his spot, and he goes laterally to Chaplin on the outer wing.
He shorts it. Short little kick's okay. Finds Gow. Webb runs past. Gow, though, elects to go with a kick. Inside forward 50. Looks for DeGrandy. Oh, Burke in front. Great play. Fantastic Hamish Burke. Got in the way of Paddy DeGrandy and took the mark in the last line of defence for St Mary's in the back pocket.
Is this the same Hamish Burke that they tried to hide in a senior game once upon a time? Kick to half back. Oh, Hamlin hanger, but landing awkwardly. Is that Rudd, who's landed on his coccyx?
Alan McDonald?
Or is it McDonald? It's McDonald. He's taken the mark. He's landed hard. And as we know, the surface is firm. They've had to throw some water on it. Labelled a fast 3 by Jared Griffin. He's just catching his breath, Elliot McDonald, and he's taken the mark at right half back, and he is on his feet now and potentially kicking to Jansen. Ignores that and will send it a little bit further beyond centre wing. Hughes, the target, couldn't complete the mark, although umpire says he might have been arm chopped. No, he did complete the mark. It'll be Hughes giving a handball off to Jansen.
Jansen now from centre wing on the outer side, just kicks it blindly into the St Mary's forward line. There was two St Joey's players there. O'Dwyer was one. He's definitely Monday to Friday, so he gives it away to Webb, who he kicks it laterally. Harry Smith takes the mark in the back pocket. Broadcast side at the northern end of GMHBA Stadium will be called to play on now. Hasn't got much to kick to, so he's just going to go down the line. Does so now. Comes towards half back. Joel Edwards takes the mark and will play on quickly. Shuffle the ball towards centre wing. St Mary's players are plenty. Can they get the ball away from James Hickey? Or coming across, it just rolled out of bounds in front of Paddy Dowling. He couldn't keep it in. And right in front of Birchie and Buzz downstairs, we will have a boundary throw in. Best seats in the house thanks to APCO Cafe 24/7.
Just keep an eye on Ryan Pendlebury, guys, for St John of God Hospital. It's come from the ground. Not sure if he's 100%. Hughes, a quick clearing kick after grabbing it out of the ruck contest. But Luke Webb, who had a massive clash in the Big Freeze game, he actually picked up the 3 Matheson medal votes that Sunday afternoon just across the way. In the long sleeves, you'd expect. Marks and then sends a kick for Kershaw to mark for the first time today.
What about those boots?
Kershaw sends it laterally inside defensive 50. Nunadis, what a good story. A bounce as soon as he takes possession. Now he just has to steady himself and kick, and finds Gow leading up to take the mark, the veteran. Tasted premiership success with Keroit in the Hampton League. He squares it back to Webb. Webb almost at the point of the square at right half back. Looks to set up play here for St Joseph's. His kick is a scything ball into the waiting arms of Oscar Morrison, but they're finding it hard to progress it. He'll send it along the line to Grandy, and that's a good strong grab in front of Hamish Burke.
That's a great battle, that one. It's going to be a terrific one all day.
Yeah, good Wombat Gully Plant Farm match-up this afternoon. DeGrandy goes inside 50 with the kick for St Joey's, punched away from behind. Edwards paid the mark. He got the first hands to it, and then umpire Ganacci said he got the second one there as well, and he has got sticky fingers. He's taken the mark and will shoot for goal from 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, and he wants a bit of half-time action too, the old Joel.
He does, but it was interesting. He wasn't paid the mark, and he disposed of it by throwing it.
So he's let Birchie know that, and Birchie's let him know that if he kicks a couple, he might be a little bit of half-time action on K-Rock this afternoon as they head off the ground. He
does want some media, Street.
He wants a little bit of media, so let's see if he can hold up his end of the bargain. 40 out. Belmont Watchhouse end of GMHBA Stadium. He comes in. Oh, he's going to have to do a little bit better than that, Joel. He's missed it to the far side and through for the first minor score of the afternoon. So St Joey's go to 1-1-7. They lead St Mary's yet to score. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Fair to say it's a grand final that hasn't settled into a groove yet. Pendlebury's back on the ground, which is good for St Mary's. 11 minutes played on the Barham Foods time clock. Pendlebury drives a kick to half-back. Sprague's target in front of Al Hickey's taken the mark for the Saints. So just for those maybe the casual observer, St Mary's are the Saints, and Joseph's are just colloquially known as Joey's. That's how we'll refer to them this afternoon. Laterally to Connors on his field of dreams from 2019. That right knee heavily strapped after missing the preliminary final. Goes short to Pendlebury. They've sent it out to the outer wing. He goes short to Garner, but there's no real flow to what St Mary's are doing. A couple of bodies go down. Rudd and Betson in back play, nothing untoward there. A high ball to half forward. Copley sets himself. Gow over the top, couldn't mark. Little soccer by Harry Smith, and the ball will go out of bounds, and we'll get a boundary throw in at right half forward, out of side here at GMHBA Stadium. Opening quarter action, the Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Hope you're enjoying the call through KROC 955, FM 88, KROCfootball.live, and also AFL Barwon TV. St Joseph's 117, St Mary's yet to score.
So boundary throw in right half forward for St Mary's, and Betson in the ruck against Sprague. He gets it down close to the boundary line, Cockrell, and gets wrapped up straight away by Keelan Betson for St Joey's. He's not going anywhere, and we're going to have a ball up. So in between wing and half forward on the outer side, just in the attacking side for St Mary's. Ball down towards Keelan Betson. Brother in there as well. Liam doing a bit of ruck work at the moment. The umpire will come in and have a Ben Casanelli secondary bounce. Ball up. Betson gets it down. Toe poke off the ground by Gow, and then he tried to rifle the ball away. He did so, and then had a bit of a fresh air shot, and Garner, rugby scrum style, saw it over the boundary line, and we will have a throw-in. 13.5 played. Barwon Foods time clock in this first term. St Joey's are 117. St Mary's yet to score.
It is expected this sort of start in grand finals. I mean, any level's always that trying, testing, feeling each other out, contested style game.
Ball hurled back into play just forward of the wing on the outer side for St Mary's. Double palm down by Betson, but Cockrell to Blood. Blood had his kick wonderfully smothered, diving across the boot. James Hose, you've got to love that from your first year player. Game number 16, he picked up his first Matheson medal vote in the Big Freeze game when he had 20 touches and laid 7 tackles. A few games for Sydney this year in the VFL. There is good things on the horizon for young James Hose from Bannockburn. Bannockburn royalty today as it's hurled back into play for Sprague and Betson. Betson, that's Liam, just back fisted it down, but Blood was first there, and then here's Bissett upon Betson, one of those, and over the top also was Keelan and Hose, and we will do it all again. True centre wing, outer side of GMHBA Stadium. Joey 7, St Mary's yet to score. First quarter of the GFNL Grand Final.
Keelan Betson loses the ball, and the tackle comes back towards Harvey Ryan. Picked it up well, got it out wide. Bailey Cockrell on centre wing for St Mary's. Goes towards half forward. El Hickey put a hand up, couldn't take it. Wales, he can't pick it up either. Harry Smith can. Ball, though, chopped off. Dowling, can he pick it up? No, he can't. Ham, he leaves it behind. Handball came out. Henderson for St Joey's. They go towards the centre of the ground. Oh, in the middle. Great mark, Joel Edwards. 3-on-1 for St Mary's in their favour, and Joel Edwards the only St Joey's player, and he took the Hamlin hanger right in the middle on centre wing on the outer side. He chips the ball back in short to Joel O'Dwyer. He's a Monday to Friday, be careful. He just chips the ball. Oh! El Hickey just got to him. It might even be just a Monday to Wednesday sometimes, Joel.
Just on the Monday nights, I think.
The skipper thought about going back to Joel O'Dwyer. He then goes long towards centre wing with the kick. Big pack there. Kershaw comes from the side, can't take the mark. Off the pack, James Hickey got it back. Kershaw got the handball away, only as far as Copley. Pendlebury in the phone box, got it outside to Ham, still on centre wing for St Mary's. Back to Rayner, under pressure. Handball's going to get chopped off. Good play, Cal Mitchell. And he saw it over the boundary line, and the heat's starting to go up a little bit here, Kersh.
Absolutely, seeing some bodies crash. You know, a couple of handballs, that's just pressure. You know, it's they're lob ball handballs. They're just under pressure, transferring pressure. That's what grand final footy's all about.
So it'll be hurled back into play right in front of Boz Conway for Leopold Sporty's boundary side with Jane Birch today. Tapped down in the ruck by Edwards, and it'll go back towards the boundary line. In fact, it's Chaplin and out. Birch, you're just having a look inside the St Mary's dugout there. What are you looking at in terms of injury for St John of God Hospital?
Yeah, Braden Ham just made his way off and was a little bit uncomfortable pointing to his neck or upper back region, so he's getting a little bit of an adjustment there from the physio down here.
Thank you for that. Boundary throw in Chaplin and Hughes again. Hughes will win the footy at the front of the pack. Gave it to Garner. Garner gives it up by hand. Jansen's been busy outside of the right boot. Finds the Myrtleford product. Wales fires it to Jansen. Jansen just shimmies at 50. Confronted by Nernadis. Got a handball away on the bounce to Garner. Back to Jansen. Outside of the right boot. Finds Sam Burke. They stuffed around with it a little bit. Chris Jansen found himself in a little bit between a rock and a hard place, found his way out of it, and all's well that ends well, and Sam Burke will go back and have a shot on his first of the afternoon.
Yeah, defensively then St Joseph's 3 players went to the play with the ball, and they just left that outside of that little scrimmage exposed, and there was an easy little layup there for CJ, Chris Jansen.
3 goals in the big win back in round 12 that really franked St Mary's as a contender. 50 for the season for the 18 from the Saints. From 35 metres out, sends it on its way, and he's faded it nicely at the left-hand goal post for the first of the afternoon for the Saints to get them moving. First quarter action on K-Rock Football, thanks to Harvey Norman, Corio and Warren Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman. St Mary's 1 straight 6. St Joseph's 117. Our experts this afternoon, Matty Kershaw, and with the aid of Matty Dowling.
What I'd be really most impressed with if I was coaching St Joey's at the moment is the way that their 3 talls are working, or if their 3 key forwards are working together at the moment. So Edwards has been coming up the ground. He's taken 4 contested marks already, but Morrison and De Grande are also working really well together.
Sporting Globe, Eat Drink Sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong.
Hunter Lewis is in the middle for St Joey's. He got the ball out to Gow. He gets it too as the kick was smothered though. Harry McMahon just sort of shuffled the handball out really to Cockrell. Now the ball goes further afield, close to the boundary line. Henderson can't keep it in, and it will be out of bounds for a throw-in. In front of the best seats in the house, thanks to Epco Cafe 24/7. Right on centre wing, broadcast side here at GMHBA Stadium.
So 18 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong. I'm sure they've been smashed ahead of grand final parties this weekend. Ruckwork is won by Hughes. Dowling at the front of the pack under pressure. Got a handball away indiscriminately. It's taken by Gow for Joey's. Kicks to a one-on-one. Mullen just removed Harvey Ryan and took a really good mark. Hamlin Hanger contender from the 25 for Joey's. And you'll look to send it inside forward. 50, Edwards his target. Crunch Burke, but the ball to the front of the pack. Garner turned it over. Edwards a wrecking ball. He although turned it over. Lang dragged down in a tackle. Was tripped. And there's a bit of push and shove. Chafer and Edwards and Harvey Ryan came in with a little cheapie into the back. And come on, Harvey, you're better than that. Lang back to Harry McMahon, the man who put the Saints into the grand final last week with a wonderful goal at West Oval, and that's a great kick into space. Pendlebury to take it on the bounce, although confronted by Antonak. A handball to Rayner, and Rayner's got space on the outer wing.
Takes one bounce, thought about a second, probably should have in the end. The kick was indiscriminate, goes only as far as Luke Webb across half-back for St Joey's. He gives it to Chaplin, and they go with a kick from centre half back by Hickey, and it's a great kick too. Hit Mullen on the chest, couldn't take the mark, gets around at centre half forward, gives it away to Henderson.
Oh.
Little bit of candy from Felix, got a trip play on the call advantage, left foot kick, he's missed it. And through for one behind. Ron Watt told us during the week he'd become a bit of a goal kicker too. Felix Henderson kicked 6 a couple of weeks ago for St Joey's, but he's missed on this occasion. They go to 1-2-8. They lead St Mary's 1 straight 6. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Pendlebury with a kick, and this game's opened up a bit. Garner can sweep a kick wide and sends it to the skipper, the co-skipper in Blood. Blood drives it towards half forward to a one-on-one. Webb and McDonald. And in the end, McDonald can't reel it in. It's off hands and out of bounds. Is that the matchup? I don't know whether they want St Mary's. Webb paying no disrespect to McDonald.
That's exactly the matchup that St Joseph's want, and that's how they're trying to manipulate it. I've seen him roll off 2 or 3 opponents now, and they've probably got what they want.
From the throw-in, ball spills free towards Gow at the front. Jansen tried to close him down. He got the kick away, though, to centre wing, punched away. Burke at the back against De Grande. That is going to be a delicious little matchup this afternoon between Peter De Grande and also Hamish Burke, who's been in rare form at full-back for St Mary's.
The interesting matchups for St Mary's will be behind the footy. They like to generate their offence from behind the ball, but at the moment with St Joey's being dominant forward, they're manipulating those, especially with Sprague coming up and playing second ruck at the minute.
Time on, ticked over on the Blood, on the Barwon Foods time clock, I should say. The Blood's in there, but not getting the footy. Harry Smith a handball. Harvey Ryan, Lewis, bodies crunching everywhere. G. Mullen was high on Rayner. Umpire didn't see it that way. Ball spills out. Garner lost it. Snap around the body by Lewis of Joey's. Kick inside 50. Hamish Burke is spoiled, but knocked it back towards his defensive goal. And it's going to open up for Oscar Morrison out of fresh area. And despairing dive from Sprague has knocked it into the into the goal post, I should say. And a minus score for St Joey's, who, by my count, should be. The scoreboard's got them at 117. They should be 139.
That is correct.
To 1 straight 6. So scoreboard needs to catch up. 21.25 minutes played.
Pendlebury kicks it in. Terrible kick. Turned it over. He had 2 St Mary's players there and turned it straight over to James Gow for St Joey's. In between wing and half forward. He spears the pass in. It's a good kick too and finds James Hickey, who has taken the mark 50 out from goal. And it's a true 50 here at GMHBA. There's no mucking around. There's no 40s or 45s. It's 50. So it's going to take a good kick. Southern end of GMHBA Stadium, a chance for St Joey's, second of the afternoon, in time on. He plays on now. Oh, he gives it. That's a wedge. That is a sand wedge, Nelly, but it's a great pass. Fantastic pass to Mitch Chafer. He was the only bloke who actually went for the mark in the end, and he took it 20 metres out directly in front and will put St Joey's second on the board.
There was only one person in this whole stadium that thought James Hickey could kick that, and that was James Hickey.
That was the worst lob wedge I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's even if it's your distance, you got to kick it from 52.
So Mitch Chafer, 20 metres out, directly in front, goal. Puts his first on the board, second for St Joey's. They go to 2-3-15. They lead St Mary's 1 straight 6. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard. Best brands, best range, best prices, guaranteed at Harvey Norman.
I was about to say, just prior to that sort of bit of play before Schaefer bobbed up, the key forwards for St Joseph's are doing a really good job, as Dowlow pointed out. It's the smalls that were getting a little bit too far up the ground, and they weren't there at the fall of the ball. They need to restructure a little bit and stay home. Maybe just 1 or 2 of them, not all 3 or 4 getting up the ground. But Schaefer was in front, and like you said, he was the only one who went for it at that time.
So 9-point lead. If you're listening here inside the ground, you'll see that the margin's 8, but it is 2-3 to 1 straight. Hughes won the tap down. Blood through the contest. Ripped up by Hose. Got a handball away. Bartolo we haven't called yet, trying to dive on the footy. Blood over the top. Blocks the footy in, and near the edge of the centre square on the eastern side of the ground, we'll get a ball up. Umpire Jones puts it into the air for Hughes to win the tap down. Ball will bobble towards Gow. Got a handball away, but Hughes has stolen it. Quick release, the rising star. Gave it off to Ham. Ham a handball to Jansen, who's been busy early on his non-preferred left. A kick inside, 450 for the Saints. A ball that pitches and bounces, but can't be reeled in by Liam Betson. And a boundary throw in the right forward pocket. At the Northern, or Joel Selwood stand into the ground, and what a nice touch. That if the Cats are to win tomorrow, Carroll Football Live from midday, he'll present the Premiership Cup to Chris Scott and Paddy Dangerfield.
So the ball about 40 around from St Mary's goal. Late stages of this first term here in the GFNL Grand Final. Hughes gets it down, hits Harry Smith on the shoulder for St Joey's. Ball still in dispute. Dowling, Paddy got it. Little left foot kick out of the corner of his eye. Burkhoff, Betson was right across the middle of him. Tap back towards Blood. He can't pick it up. Webb's against him, coming in Copley. Third man in for St Mary's. He bottles it up, and about 40 out from their goal. We'll have a ball up.
It was well defended then. It was a low bullet in.
Ball up. Tap one by Hughes, roving by Keel and Betson, but going nowhere. So he's held up by Copley and Ham. And we'll do it all again. Umpire Wilson putting it into the air. Hughes grabbed it out of the ruck, jammed it on the boot. Quick snap. It will pull to the left and go through for a minor score. There's Fletcher Hughes. Finds it behind. The first of the afternoon for the Saints, who moved to 1-1-7. Joey's at 2-3-15 as we approach 25 minutes played in the opening quarter on the Barn Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you. Donga Road, North Geelong.
Luke Webb plays on from fullback for St Joey's. Kicks towards halfback. Looking for DeGrand. He can't quite take the mark. Ball spills free through the middle. Chip Connors dropped the footy. Good tackle, Jack Mullen, opposite 25s there, and Jack Mullen at half-back for St Joey's.
How will Jack Mullen go if he kicked a goal today?
Oh, wow. Gee whiz.
Especially if it was to really bury the game or similar.
Oh, short little kick.
Let's get his kicks right first.
It comes back to Mullen again. He can't pick it up, and then he's held off the footy. Umpire says play on. Harry McMahon tried to pick it up. Now Connors again in there for St Mary's. Tap back by Chafer. Got it away to Antonak. Under pressure, but his head ripped off. Matt Copley.
It's played too high! Nachos! What's happened there?
He was paid holding the ball.
Oh, he's had a mare. He's had a mare.
And 50!
In about the same spot that the ball hit Nachos in 2019.
Didn't hit him hard enough.
So Matt Copley, who got Louis Antonak high in the first place, if you're watching on AFL Barwood TV, you will know what we're talking about. And 50 again. So there's 100. James Hickey has stood on the mark, and he has turned around and gone, "What? I didn't say anything to umpire Ganache, but Nacho's heard something." He's not happy Collingwood are out of the grand final, Nachos. He's a bit stinky.
Hasn't been a great month for the umpiring fraternity.
And Matt Copley has put through his first goal and a second for St Mary's. And they go to 2-1-13. They trail St Joey's 2-3-15. Harvey Norman, K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Just seeing if we can rotate him, but... Goodness gracious.
Just back to the decision, though.
He didn't duck.
Did he try to duck?
No, he didn't try to duck at all. He got his head ripped off. We don't have the luxury of the replay, but goodness gracious me. If he had a duck, fair enough, but he actually rode the tackle well once he picked up his head and put it back on. But
Ball into the air. Liam Betson doing the ruck work against Hughes. Hughes winning the tap down. Cockrell can't extract it because Keelan Betson's keeping him company, and we'll get another stoppage. Just to the western side of the centre circles. Tapped down by Liam Betson, roving by Jared Garner. Kick was partially smothered. Al Hickey was clean. Tried to loop a handball over the top to Edwards. A quick release, missed its target. Pendlebury jammed it on the boot, went about 3 metres. And then Al Hickey, rather James I should say, pulled it wide. Looking out there for Henderson. Neither he nor Lang could mark. Henderson first to recover. Tapped it to advantage. Looped a handball over the top. Morrison tried to give it back. But Henderson zigged when he probably should have zagged. And the ball's gone out of bounds. Under the big scoreboard on the southeastern pocket. St Joey's 2-3-15, St Mary's 2-1. That'll have to be adjusted at quarter time as we approach it. 28 minutes almost played on the Barn Foods time clock.
Betson got it down on the ruck for St Joey's at the back of the pack. Got a couple of numbers, but they lost the footy, and Bailey Cockrell for St Mary's got the clearing kick. Back towards centre wing. Wales comes out for St Mary's. He can't pick the footy up. Close to the boundary line, and Natus sees it over and then tells Elijah Wales all about it as well. And Jesse Travellini. And it will be a boundary throw-in on the outer side, just forward of centre wing for St Joey's. They lead 2-3-15. St Mary's 2-1-13. And that's on the Harvey Norman first quarter scoreboard.
Michael Rudd's just gone behind the ball for St Mary's in the late stages of this first quarter too.
Thank you, Dowlow, for Wombat Gully Plant Farm. Matt Dowling in the experts chair up the back for the Sporting Globe. Now the Betsons are going to look to combine here, but there's a free kick being paid for a throw, and it's coming back to Matt Copley. So Matt Copley kicked that goal. It was his first of the season. He's only played now the 8 games due to injury. A long ball towards half forward. Hughesy's target can't take it on the juggle. It was knocked away by Liam Betson, and it goes out of bounds. We'll get a boundary throw in. 28 3/4 minutes played on the Barn Foods time clock. And the Harvey Norman Crow and Warn Pond scoreboard showing St Joey's 2-3-15. St Mary's 2-1-13 in a game that just hasn't hit any great heights, save for a 100-metre penalty.
Boundary throw in. Hughes gets it down on centre wing towards Cockrell for St Mary's. He is going nowhere in that tackle. James Hickey comes in, as does Keelan Betson for St Joey's. Puts the double tackle on. So we're going to have another ball up. Hughes gets it down, goes back towards Liam Betson. Got the hands free just to brother Keelan. Coming the way, Jansen, Hughes, St Mary's. 1-2 handballs. Now Garner's handball was okay to Ham. Normally good in this situation. Left foot kick over the top. Gets to a bit of time and space. McDonald runs back with the flight of the footy. Can't quite keep it in the left forward pocket. It runs away from him just as he was trying to get a bit of speed up. And we'll have a boundary throw in the left forward pocket, northern end of GMHBA.
Can't be far away from quarter time with just the 4 goals kicked, and we haven't had too many delays. About 5 metres around from the left-hand behind post. It's hurled back into place. St Mary's in attack. Sam Burke doing the ruck work against Chaplin. Out the back, Wales, a little socket into the right forward pocket. First there will be Mitchell, looking for his 3rd flag this afternoon for Joey. He's outside of the right boot, kicks, and he puts it out on the full. He got good purchase on that kick. Who would be most happy with where the game's at right now, Kirsch?
Probably St Mary's, I'd say. They've, St Joseph's had some real good looks at it inside forward 50, whereas St Mary's have been a little bit rushed inside forward 50. So, I reckon St Mary's would be pretty happy that they've kept them to 2-2 or 2-3.
Lang with the footy will run around the man on the mark in Henderson and then drive a kick from 70 metres out into the right forward pocket. Copley was the unlikely marking target, couldn't complete the mark. Ball at the front of the pack, taken there by Keelan Betson. He's turned it over. Handball. Ham on the left boot has put it out in the full. Was always working against him there, Braden Ham, to be able to get the snap that he wanted on it. And then it'll be a free kick in the left back pocket. And it's Josh Nanatis who'll take it down there for St Joseph's.
So Nanatis, last line of defence for St Joey's, goes towards half-back. Big pack there off the side. Rayner for St Mary's. Got it away. Spray gets it inside for St Mary's. Inside forward 50. The ball comes through. Al Hickey met by Copley. Ball goes wide. Owen got up and then lost the footy in the tackle. Harry Smith under pressure as well. Got it sideways. Coming the other way though. Lang off a step. Goes back towards the top of the square. Coming out, Kershaw did well, but fell into the arms of Sam Burke. Sam Burke reels around and kicks the Metricon goal of the afternoon. Sam Burke, great roving from the big man. He got in the right forward pocket, came off marking hands, and he turned around and he kicked the goal. And that is his second of the afternoon. And they go to 3-1-19 now, St Mary's. They lead St Joey's 2-3-15. Harvey Norman K-Rock, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, we talked about who'd be in a better position, but they had the last 3 or 4 inside forward 50, St Mary's, and they just sort of, gathered a little bit of time in possession and particularly time in forward half. So they were knocking on the door. It was only a matter of time before they probably got to look at the scoreboard, and that's exactly what happened.
And it was off their ability to defend in their front forward half as well. They rolled up the ground, put that pressure on, and didn't allow St Joseph's to find that exit out of their defence.
Dowling and Kershaw, the two Mats in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Eat Drink Sport, Rory Street, Geelong. Back in the middle, Joey's being challenged, the minor premier. And a free kick for a throw back in the middle. Fletcher Hughes has been good. A handball release to his co-captain in blood. And right on quarter time, siren blood. Kicks towards forward 50. O'Dwyer marked anyway for Joey's. So it's quarter time here at GMHBA Stadium in the GFNL Grand Final of 2025. St Mary's 3-1-19. Lead St Joseph's 2-3-15. The goal kickers, 2 for the Saints for Sam Burke, 1 for Matty Copley, courtesy of a 100-metre penalty. And their singles for Chafer and De Grande, the first of the game for the Joeys. That first quarter for Harvey Norman, Corio and Warn Ponds. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed at Harvey Norman. A break. Back shortly with an SUV on now at APCO.
The 7-seat hybrid Toyota Kluger.
Hi, girls.
Available now with a 4.9% comparison rate with Toyota Finance.
What? This is our uniform. Are you serious? They just copied us.
Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota.
Hey guys, should we have one of our massive big nights out?
How you going?
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school. This is my school.
This is our centre.
Under 18 Division 1 title. They smashed Ocean Grove by 77 points. Matt Dowling and Matt Kirsch are in the experts' chairs this afternoon for the Sporting Globe Eat Drink Sport. Gents, what did we take away from that first quarter very quickly?
Well, we knew it was going to be a tight contest, and we knew it was going to be a real battle that first quarter. We only saw a couple of minutes of the ball on the outside, Kingy. I think you called it at the 19-minute mark that the game had opened up a little bit, but then it just come back congested. St Joseph's had just coughing the ball up a little around the stoppages, and they've got one or two players going to the ball carrier at one time, and there's a couple of ball hunters, whereas St Mary's are just sweating on the mistake on the outside, and they're actually got some really good shape on the outside of stoppages at the moment, and they're getting them on the outside, and that's where they're going to have to tighten up St Joseph's and be a little smarter around the contest.
Thank you for that, Kirsch. Just some key numbers you're keeping an eye on?
Yeah, look, everything's equal. The score's equal. The inside 50s are 11 apiece. The marks inside forward 50 are 3-1 in favour of Joey's. Intercept marks are 2 apiece, and clearances are 10-9 to Joey's. So the game is still really where we started from, except St Mary's are a couple of points ahead.
Key numbers for Kerr's higher. Josh Conway is down boundary side for Leopold Sporty, standing near Ron Watt. Not sure whether you're going to get Killer for a quick couple of words, or just Josh Nernadis actually for a quick couple of words. Down to you, Buzz. You've got the 32.
Yeah, just sprung it on Josh. Apologies, mate. Just firstly, Alex Hickey, just so we got you in before Ron spoke to you. What was that messaging all about?
Al Hickey, I mean, great play. He was just trying to compose us. We had a pretty good start to the quarter there, leaked one late, so it was pretty much just to compose and make sure we still compete and have our matchups. But he was pretty happy with our first quarter as a backman.
And Ron was as well.
Yeah, was pretty happy, except for that one that we leaked late, and obviously that one that they had the two 50s on wasn't ideal, and that.
Yeah. All right, good man. Thanks for joining us.
Jane Birch with Luke Rayner.
Just a quick couple. So you'd be pretty happy with that first quarter. Tackle pressure was right up, particularly in that forward 50, which resulted in a couple of majors for you.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit slow to start, but yeah, sort of after about the 10-minute mark, the boys seemed to find their groove a little bit. So it was a good response to, I thought, the first 10 minutes of the game. Joey's mainly had the momentum.
And in good news for you, that man up forward, Sam Burke, is looking lively again today.
Yeah, listen, he's going to be a dangerous matchup, so we just obviously got to try and keep getting the footy in there. It's a front half game, finals footy, so they'll be trying to do exactly the same as what we're doing.
Good luck. Thanks for joining us.
Second quarter, thanks to Sheen Panel Services underway. The ball's at half back with Charlie Lang.
It is for St Mary's, who gets it wide to Ryan Pendlebury. Left foot kick towards centre wing. They're attacking the southern end in this second term. St Mary's, the Belmont Watchhouse end, as we traditionally call it on K-Rock football. And it will be a boundary throw in at left half forward for St Mary's. They are 3-1-19, and they lead St Joey's 2-3-15.
And the scoreboard was corrected at quarter time.
Always correct in this box. Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Chaplin and Hughes. Hughes the backhander to the front of the pack. Jansen to track it. Pressure from James Hickey. Wins it back for Joey's. Gives a handball to Gow. Gow from a standing start. Pumps it towards right half forward. Looking for Lewis. Trying to turn his man Rayner inside out. Also appealed for a free kick at the same time. He's multitasking. Lang flicked it away. Out the back, Rayner and Pendlebury looked at each other, and then Rayner went and got it, gave it to Pendlebury, who fumbled. Time to recover. Lang a quick release. Gave it to Rayner. Rayner a short kick to Ham, who took on the bounce. He flicked it to Jansen. Jansen gave it to Ham. Ham will run away and give a handball to Fletcher. Fletcher from a standing start. A high ball inside the centre square. Dowling shifted O'Dwyer off the footy. O'Dwyer got a fist on it. And then Dowling found the loose footy but got wrapped up. And we'll get a ball up. That was all very frenetic, but it wasn't very tidy, Kirsch.
No, there's a couple of signs there that St Mary's are still trying to get that extra number around the stoppage.
Blood tried to tap it on from the ruck contest across half forward for St Mary's. Rudd comes up to meet Harry Smith. Copley in there as well, and this time too high different umpire, different interpretation, and umpire Wilson finds it. And the free kick to Harry Smith at half-back for St Joey's. He goes wide, dangerous kick, coming back. McDonald did well. Front on contact, said umpire. He's a bit, umpire Nachos is...
well, it's his day too, Jace.
Yes, well done. So Hickey's going to take the free kick at half-back for St Joey's.
Can't forget that, it's their grand final.
Game 150 for Al Hickey. Sends a high ball towards half forward inside the centre square. Pendlebury flew, couldn't complete the mark. Blood at the front of the pack with the Saints. Oh, coat hanged. Old-fashioned by Morrison.
There's no difference.
And then Blood, centre kick, took the advantage and just punted it forward but poorly. And Al Hickey marks once the corridor, finds Chaplin. Sun shining nicely here on GMHBA Stadium. Kick wide to Mullen, who marks on his chest, just forward to the outer side logo. Jack Mullen will love a goal on grand final day. Bangs one long inside 50. Hunter Lewis has got away from Rayner. The bounce is okay. What can Lewis conjure? He snaps around the body. De Grande, his target, couldn't mark because Pendlebury judged it best. Standing tall, the veteran takes the mark. 25 from his defensive goal for the Saints. 19 plays 15 on the second quarter. K-Rock Sheen Panel Service scoreboard. Win 10K just by repairing your car at Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply.
Short to Jansen, and then he goes short to Blood. The skipper goes towards centre wing. Oh, Luke Webb comes across the back. Takes the mark, just plucking it out of the air, Luke Webb on centre wing.
Kingy, the sun might be shining, but we've got a few spots of rain down here.
Oh, Birchie. No, that's not good for Goddings. So we'll keep an eye on that through the second term now. Kershaw, little right foot kick inside, forward 50. Coming out, Burke put the pressure on De Grande. Ball spills free. Holding the ball, said the umpire. Didn't the ball come out?
Come out.
Okay, no, we're just going with it then.
Yeah,
Free kick.
okay.
Hamish Burke.
Gives a handball off to Ham. Ham at left half back. Sends it long towards half forward, looking for a fly and a mark from Burke. Won't find one. Copley tried to knock it on, but it was stopped by Liam Betson, who gave a handball to Kershaw. Kershaw snaps around the body. De Grande had to play spoiler on Hamish Burke, who would have never had on his bingo card at the start of the season, Hamish Burke, that on a grand final day he'd be manned up on one of the most dangerous forwards in the competition and duly rewarded with the Team of the Year selection.
Absolutely. De Grande be worried about playing on him because he had such a solid season.
So boundary throw in. St Joey's just into attack at half forward. Chaplin and Hughes. Hughes got half a hand to it. Falls to the front of the pack. Through the middle. Keelan Betson running the wrong way though. Get wrapped up by Cockrell. He got the handball away but lost it for 40 metres. It goes backwards. Rudd for St Mary's against Cal Mitchell. Kept it in front of himself. Michael Rudd needs some help. Got some. Cockrell just tried to kick it off the ground at half forward. Got it somehow to McDonald. Got it back to Cockrell under pressure. Left foot kick around the corner. Inside forward 50. Copley has it on the boundary line. Handball over his head. Missed the target, which was Sam Burke. Webb comes into him. Ball spills free. And it will be a boundary thrown in a left forward pocket for St Mary.
There's a rainbow over Geelong Race Club and over Breakwater. This is unbelievable. We've got sunshine here and a rainbow.
Maybe rain's ordered that too.
Out to the east.
It is raining, just drizzling really lightly down here. It's bizarre.
For Goddings, thank you, Birchie. There was talk of a thunderstorm, but we've got footy to call, and out the back will stop being James Bunn. He's Liam Kershaw banging it on the boot towards right half back for Joey's. Morris in front position, had it knocked away from by Sprague. Handball by Lang, Cockerell, handball to Jansen, 49 from goal. Chris Jansen has pulled it badly to the left and just snuck it in for a minor score. And the first score of the second quarter comes 5 minutes in on the Barn Foods time clock. Sheen Panel Service K-Rock scoreboard, St Mary's 3-2-20, St Joseph's 2-3-15.
So Luke Webb is going to kick it back in for St Joey's. Off the personal Twitter, it's raining in Highton, so there you go. It's not far away from GMHBA. Short little kick by Webb in is okay. Finds Al Hickey. Thought about the handball back to Webb. Elects, though, to just hold the ball and go further to another Hickey. James is out there. Gets him at half back. Plays on now. Goes with the right foot kick towards centre half forward. Getting back there to Lang. Read it the better. Charlie Lang did well. Short little kick inside to Jansen, who's had a fair bit of the footy this afternoon. Chris Jansen. He wants somebody to come at him. He goes towards Dowling. He's going to have a couple on him. Dowling goes up over the back. Webb. Reads it the better as always, Webby. And 50 as well. Matt Copley got right in the way of where that mark was going to be taken. And Luke Webb's going to come down and towards the middle of GMHBA Stadium.
Just struggling efficiency-wise going inside forward 50. Chaplin the target, and he's taken Hughes forward. And Chaplin actually spent some time forward earlier in the year, but also during his time in the Waffle last year, worked on his forward craft. having come as a defender up from Tassie Kirsch, and that's good forward craft.
Absolutely. I mean, he plays different roles at VFL as well at Geelong, so he can play that variety. And I thought Fletcher Hughes had a shot out of the ruck. He got one out of the ruck in that first quarter, and I thought he was just gaining a bit of confidence with his one-on-one with Chaplin, but Chaplin just a little bit too smart there.
This to pull the lead back for St Joseph's. Joey Chaplin, 10 goals this year from 8 starts. Coming in. That's a real mung off the boot. That is the old-fashioned moved everything bar his bowels on that kick, Ben Casanelia style. And the margin is 4. 3-2-20 St Mary's. Joey's progressed to 2-4-16 on the second quarter K-Rock Sheen Panel Service scoreboard. Jason, 10K just by repairing your car at Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply. It's Drysdale and Ocean Grove.
So Charlie Lang plays on from fullback for St Mary's. Comes broadcast side towards Hughes and Chaplin. They go up. Hughes, second, third effort, can't take the mark. Mitchell tried to give the handball away. Then he got wrapped up. That's holding the ball. Dropped it. Good tackle by Paddy Dowling and also Fletch Hughes helping out. And Paddy Dowling at half-back for St Mary's. He's going to chip the ball short to Garner. Takes the mark right on half-back for St Mary's. Handballs it away to Dowling. Not sure that right hamstring's pretty good for Garner, but we'll keep an eye on that. Ball over the back. Comes to Rudd. Has to be quick. That's too slow. And James Hickey got him. Came out of the sprinkler head and got him and caught him. And we'll take the free kick at half-back for St Joey's.
James Hickey's 150th open age game this afternoon. His brother playing 150 at 2 o'clock. Of James's 150, 145 have been in the first 18. A long ball, Edwards with a run and fly, but Burke got in the way of spoil. That was Hamish. And Lang is happy to see to the boundary. What is that?
He was always coming in!
Insufficient intent is the decision. Almost knocked it into the waiting arms of Buzz Conway. Who's down boundary side for Leopold Sporties this afternoon. Chafer from the interchange gates sends it, looking for Lewis to fly. Sure, it's a free kick against Lewis. And landing awkwardly is Harvey Ryan, and he's in a little bit of trouble for St John of God Hospital.
He got opened up big time there.
Down to you, Buzz, as you keep an eye on the number 5 who...
Yeah, he's writhing in pain, just getting to his feet now, which is a good sign. I heard Jace mention Jared Garner. Certainly looks like he's lost his explosiveness. He's got his right hamstring or quad heavily strapped. Nick Connors also with that knee injury, his right knee heavily strapped as well.
Ryan from inside defensive 50 brings it towards the broadcast wing. Rudd trying to set himself, went through the hands of Keelan Betson. Rudd did the roving, knocked on by Blood to Garner. Garner a handball take on the bounce. Wales for the Saints, gives it to Jansen, pulls the kick towards half forward over the head of McDonald. Luke Webb brought it to ground but couldn't take the footy. McDonald did well in a one-on-one, spun out of trouble. Handball to Rudd on his preferred left-hand side. A high ball inside 50. Dowling in best position marks.
Push.
Oh, it's a push.
Oh!
It's a push.
I thought he'd done that pretty well, to be honest.
O'Dwyer, the kick to Hickey. That's Al giving a handball off, and Kershaw's away with a couple of bounces on the outer side.
Yes, takes 2 bounces, then wheels the ball back in. Beautiful kick to Joel Edwards. Handballs it away in the middle of GMHBA Stadium to Cal Mitchell. Had to go back on the right foot. Didn't really hit a target, going wide. Close to the boundary line to Grandy. Traps it. Only handballs it away as far as Harry McMahon, who gets the kick back towards Cal Mitchell on centre wing by himself, and probably a good he can keep it in. It didn't roll out, so Joey's a bit of time on centre wing. Got a couple of players there. Nenadis had to get around, just got the handball away. Antonak, just with a torp, if you don't mind. Gets inside 50. Terrible, really, forward entry. And Hamish Burke takes the mark for St Mary's.
Handball off to Pendlebury. Pendlebury short, and Harry McMahon has marked it. Left half back. No goals in this second quarter that's now gone 10 minutes on the Barn Foods time clock. St Mary's still lead by 4. Not a great kick for Harry McMahon. Wales asked to do a lot. Wrapped up in a tackle, and that will be holding the ball against Elijah Wales. Woo. Louis Antonak says, give it to me, and I'll quickly want to get on with it. Runs around Wales, who hadn't got to his feet. Puts it into the pocket for Edwards. Went through his hands, couldn't mark. Good spoil maybe from Sprague. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Edwards puts his hands in the air as if to say, was there an arm chop? Was there a push? Was there something to give me a shot at goal? And I found out during the week, I thought Joel Edwards was a natural left footer because he looks so natural.
He does. He's a right footer.
He's a right footer.
Yep.
I know the Edwards clan have made the trip down from up north.
Him and Darcy Lang, you don't know. The old Frank Foppiani style.
Boundary throw in right forward pocket for St Joey's. Betson, Hughes puts the tackle on him. Ruckman not doing it, holding the ball. Wow,
I'm confused.
So am I. Anyway, Fletch Hughes has got the free kick for St Mary's. Last line of defence, northern end of the ground. Handballs it away to Pendlebury. He goes with a short little kick, wants a lead coming up. It's okay. Bartolo takes the mark at defensive 50 for St Mary's. So Luke Bartolo, who's had a great season for the Saints, he goes with a kick now and goes towards the top of the forward 50 for St Joey's. They've turned it over now, coming the other way. Chaplin inside 50, getting across here, across 50. Lewis coming at Connors, handball to Rayner, got some support. Hamish Berg thought about the handball, thought about the kick. That was better.
He puts it into space for Dowling just to reel it in casually with the left hand. We'll get to Birchie in a moment. I see Braden Ham's back out there, which is good news for the Saints. Kick towards half forward, but standing tall, Cal Mitchell, the veteran. Turns and kicks quickly the Tasmanian, although the kick for Henderson just beyond his reach. He was able to find it at ground level. Got away from McDonald, then drove a kick towards right half forward. Burke and de Grande. Burke needs to keep it in front of himself. Played it beautifully, but the handball was errant. Opens the door for Edwards. Edwards through traffic. Left foot kick. Sees James Hickey all alone at left half. Bounced perfectly outside of the right boot. Chafer zigged and then zagged, and that confused James Hickey, although the turnover might come. Connor's kick went through a couple of Joeys. Edwards didn't take possession. No free kick. O'Dwyer, handball out. Chance here for the Saints. Blood inside 50, and Sam Burke is marked, and Joeys have gone from having a shot to turning it over and allowing the Saints to have a crack at goal.
Burke's 50 from goal. He thought about going back for the kick, but he actually goes towards the pocket. Blood gets back there and takes the mark and gets a little bit of treatment from Luke Webb as well, and Fitty. So this is going to be a certain goal for the co-captain. Luke Webb can't believe it. Nacho's right on the spot, and it will be a goal to Jack Blood.
There's a bit going on there. Going on in the middle of the ground in that transition.
So Jack Blood, southern end of GMHBA Stadium, couple of steps, puts it through, his first of the afternoon. And St Mary's go to 4-2-26. They lead St Joey's 2-4-16. Sheen panel service, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard, the experts share. Thanks to the Sporting Globe Geelong Eat, Drink, Sport. Here's Kirsch.
Well, it's what it comes down to is 3v2 here in that back half as well. St Mary's just got their numbers, which means, you know, either St Joseph's is trying to sag or get one out the back, or they're just not going 1v1 in the forward line. Just because the ball hits the ground in your forward line, you've still got to work hard and defend it to keep it locked in. And St Mary's done a really good job then to transition out of their back half.
The Saints now with 3 consecutive goals. The first goal took 13 minutes of this second quarter. Betson to do the ruck work. That's Liam going against Rudd. Keelan Betson couldn't take it, but Garner could. Gave a handball to the goal kicker Blood. The Saints co-captain puts a high ball to half forward. Knocked away from Dowling. Front of the pack. Hose hasn't had a huge influence yet. Chance for Keelan Betson. Gave it to Nunadis, who gave it to O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer loops one over the top. James Hickey on the burst. Shrugged a tackle. Held the handball back. Hose had to wait for it to bounce. Rayner came up and met him well, and then forced a turnover. Handball Garner. Harry McMahon back to Lang. Lang a high ball towards half forward. Judging it best, but not marking Harry Smith. Took possession when it hit the ground, but then got dumped. Got a handball away. Oh, holding the ball, that's harsh.
They can't be.
That is a harsh call. You'd have to say on Harry Smith. Handball off Copley. Harry McMahon, and now Dowling at right half forward.
Dowling off a step, goes to centre half forward with a kick over the head of Alan McDonald. Goes towards Cockrell. It doesn't sit through, no. Coming the other way, Tanner Owen for St Joey's. Back towards the middle of the ground. He goes towards Mullen. Went left, went right. Did well, don't argue. Jack goes out wide with the kick. Goes towards Felix Henderson. Ryan against him. He's recovered. Harvey needs the safety of the boundary line, does he? Tries to keep it in. In the end, he does. He gets some support. Sprague gets it out towards the boundary line. Mullen comes across and just puts it over Waratah style for a try. It's out of bounds, and it'll be a boundary throw-in on the Red Chicky stand side of GMHBA Stadium.
You would have thought maybe 4 knockout finals, basically, including round 18 being basically an elimination game. 2 6-day breaks, as now we've got the umpire getting involved and maybe some blood work for Liam Betson, that it might catch up with St Mary's, and it may still well do, but they're not showing any signs of fatigue despite the consecutive 6-day breaks.
No, and a lot of their scores on the back of turnover, like St Joseph's, they're turning the ball over that often. St Mary's pressure is elite at the minute.
Down to you, Buzz, because you're seeing Liam Betson come towards you with a bit of claret coming from the schnoz.
Yeah, just the nose, nothing too major.
St John of God Hospital injury updates, caring for our community for 50 years. We'll get a boundary throw in true centre wing as we've ticked over 16 minutes played on the Barham Foods time clock.
Rudd having a run in the ruck for St Mary's up against Joe Chaplin for St Joey's. Chaplin gets it down towards Gow, who runs into traffic. That traffic was Jared Garner and Michael Rudd for St Mary's. They hold them up down centre wing. So ball up. Chaplin was a tapper towards Betson. Cockrell was there. Betson did well. Right foot kick. Inside 50. Burke put a hand up. Couldn't take the mark. Coming the other way was Edwards. Harvey Ryan, though. Handball to Burke. Under pressure. Little right foot kick over the top. That was great vision. Oh, Rayner, though. He had it and lost it and got it away. Now free kick push. Oh, no advantage. Coming back.
No, it's a
throw.
throw.
Oh, wow. Against James Gow. And Keane Rayner will take the free kick at defensive 50 for St Mary's.
Yeah, I've got to say that decision was right.
Well, they got one.
Rayner, inside defensive 50. Sends a long ball to the wing. Rudd with the one hand couldn't mark, but it fell nicely for Garner on his left. Sends it towards half forward in a one-on-one. McDonald and Al Hickey. It's off their hands and out of bounds for a boundary throw. And Birchie, just a weather update for Goddings.
Yeah, that little drizzly rain has now cleared and sun is shining. Beautiful conditions.
We had the rainbow a little bit early. There's some dark sort of skies out towards the east. We are expecting some rain, but maybe not too much here at GMHBA Stadium. Boundary throw in into the space. Gow knocks it to himself and then drives a long ball to a one-on-one. Edwards just shifted Lang off the footy. Ball got out the back. He can get it on to Morrison. The handball will get there eventually. He's in traffic. Handball. Chafer loves this situation. Mitch Chafer on the left-hand side finishes to kick his second. And the margin gets pulled back to 4. Geez, they made hard work of it, St Joey's, but they've finally got their first goal since Chafer kicked one at the 22-minute mark of the first quarter. We've gone 18 in the second. And St Joseph's on the second quarter. K-Rock Sheen panel service scoreboard 3-4-22. Trail St Mary's 4-2-26. You could have argued that Edwards gave away a free kick there on Lang.
I was about to say that, Kingy. The way the game's going, I'm surprised it wasn't. But the difference was that St Joseph's won the clearance, one handball only, no pressure, got the ball into a quick one-on-one, and then they got the numbers on the run. So bit of a different style of play there from St Joseph's, and they didn't turn it over.
Hughes got it down to Jansen, but he threw it away to Blood. He tried to get a handball away, but it was good pressure from James Hickey, who then gives it away by hand to Joey Chaplin from the free kick. Gets it inside forward 50 to Grandy. Edwards, they come at it, the two big fellas. Lang's there as well at the back. Pendlebury handball. Keep an eye on Hamish Burke behind, down on his haunches. Oh, Travellini, the ball ripped out of his hands. That's holding the ball. Free kick, Tanner Owen.
Pressure's turned a little bit. They've just picked it up, St Joseph's.
They have.
Putting the pressure back on St Mary's.
Tanner Owen will take the free kick. 50 from goal for St Joey's. He chips the ball. Morrison doesn't take the diving mark. The handball comes back. Pendlebury off the step. Gives it away by hand. Bailey Cockrell tried to go to the outside. Owen got a hand to it. Dowling got it away out of bounds. Couldn't keep it in, Paddy. And at right half forward for St Joey's, we're going to have a boundary throw in.
19 and a quarter minutes played on the Barham Foods time clock. GFNL Grand Final action on K-Rock 955, KRockFootball.live, and hope you're enjoying the call if you're watching through AFL Barwon TV this afternoon. A shallow throw in. Hughes will be first here. Grabs it out of the ruck. Tries to loop a handball to Dowling, but missed him. And it'll go back out of bounds for another throw in.
No excuses for shallow throw-ins today. There's no wind. Come in a couple of metres if you have to, son.
We've had a couple. And these are the best of the best when it comes to
it's questionable.
The boundary umpires. Hirsch can't just have some fun. Chaplin on the tap down. He'll do his own roving and then he'll bang it on the right boot. A high ball inside 50. Edwards worked off it by Pendlebury. Couldn't complete the mark. Edwards at the front of the pack. A high left foot snap. Back with the flight. Morrison. It'll elude him and go through for a minus score. And the margin is 3. Joel Edwards trying to make things happen. He's second behind of the afternoon. St Joseph's now 3-5-23. St Mary's 4-2-26. Sheen panel service. K-Rock second quarter scoreboard. Win 10K just by repairing your car at Sheen panel service. T's and C's apply.
Harvey Ryan plays on from full-back, comes towards centre, or half-back looking for Lang. It's over his head at the back of the pack. Owen for St Joey's. Back towards centre, half-forward, coming out Jansen. Red at the better for St Mary's. Took the mark, inside defensive 50 for the Saints. He goes short with the kick towards Blood. He takes it at true half-back. He chips the ball further afield. Bartolo handball to Jansen just behind him. He had to wait for it. He got it away, though, to Cockrell under pressure. Dangerous coming the other side. Henderson, he got the handball away. Bartolo, they've turned it over, though. Coming Copley, just went the man, not the ball. Handball came out the back. Dowling. Nonadis gets into him as well at half-forward. He goes bang! And umpire Nacho says, I'll ball it up. So ball up 50 out from goal. St Mary's 4-2-26. They lead St Joey's 3-5-23. 21 played in this second term on the Barwon Foods time clock.
And when he went bang, Paddy Dowling, I think he's got some claret Birchie as we go down to you. Another blood rule for St John of God Hospital.
Oh, yes. Nice one.
Yeah, he does have a little bit of blood. I'm just trying to pick up.
Out of his schnoz,
I think it's coming out of his nose. Yeah, I can see it dripping.
Thank you for that. We'll get it thrown into the air, right half forward at the sponsor's logo. Hughes won the tap down. Gow to track the footy. Will send a kick towards half back inside the centre square. In fact, over the head of Lang and Edwards. Lewis tried to work Ryan off the footy. Pendlebury out the back for the Saints. Handball to Lang. Lang to Ryan. St Mary's to go inside forward 50. A long ball. It's a 2-on-1. Sam Burke trying to get a run and jump at the footy. Couldn't mark, but was able to keep it in front of himself. Can he pick up the footy? He does. He gave a handball on the up to a teammate who was under pressure immediately, Michael Rudd. And 35 out from the Saints goal. Attacking the southern end in this second term. We'll get a ball up. 4-2-26, plays 3-5-23, 22 minutes played on the the Bowen Foods time clock.
Ball, Chaplin in the ruck contest. Got it down, umpire holding the ball. Wow, So free kick, and it's going to go to St Mary's. It's going to go to Matt Copley. And umpire Jones just remonstrating with Joel O'Dwyer to say he brought the ball down, tried to handball it, don't know. But anyway, Copley has got the free kick. 30 out, 45-degree angle at the southern end. And will shoot for his second of the afternoon.
The rain's back too, gents.
Forgottings, thanks, Buzz. We'll just keep an eye on that. It is getting a bit dark across the other side of GMHBA Stadium as we look at it. Now Matt Copley, southern end of the ground, right foot kick, bang, gets it, his second. And the fifth of St Mary's, they go to 5-2-32. They lead St Joey's 3-5-23. Sheen Panel Service, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard. Win $10,000 just by repairing your car at Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply.
I just reckon St Mary's are potentially leaving some opportunities out there as well. Like if I was coaching St Mary's, I'm really telling them to try and open up this ground and change angles with their ball use. They're getting pushed into one side of the ground and tending to just stay on that side of the ground. If they can open it up, they're going to be able to spread St Joey's defence and have an opportunity to potentially score a little bit more freely as well.
Matty Dowling there in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Eat, Drink, Sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong. Hughes to go out in the middle against Chaplin. Chaplin winning the tap down. Gale the roving. Gave a handball to Hose. Hose a handball to Keelan Betson. He fires it wide to Kershaw. Kept his width well on the half-forward flank and then turns and kicks. Wants Morrison. Big spoil by Sprague. Sends it out of bounds and we'll get a boundary throw in at right half-forward. St Mary's 5-2. St Joey's 3-5. Joey's have added a goal. St Mary's have added 2 in this second quarter. A 4-point lead at quarter time. Now 9 to the good of the men from across the way at Anthony Costa Oval.
So a boundary throw in right half forward for St Joey's. Hughes and Chaplin. We'll get to the front of the pack. Chaplin will do his own roving work again. Gets around easily on the right foot and drives it inside forward 50. De Grande got a couple in front and centre from Antonak. His kick was smothered up the chimney. Burke comes at it. Big thump away for St Mary's. Nanadis went through the pack, left the footy behind though. Harry McMahon handballed it out the back. Jansen, little right foot kick was okay. Speared it towards McDonald. He took the mark at half back for St Mary's.
Ellie McDonald, one of those talented youngsters that's come on in leaps and bounds. Game number 18 of the season. They've played 22. Long ball. It's going to clear both Mitchell and Rudd out the back. Wales might be first onto it. Kick 3 in the clash at Drew Oval early in the year. Can he kick one here? Left foot dribbler. Left foot dribbler is an absolute jaffer. Metricon goal of the day contender. He loves a goal, Elijah. Tight in the left forward pocket. He dribbles one through. Metricon goal of the day from Elijah Wales. And St Mary's are out by 15 points. 6-2-38. Plays 3-5-23. And just when you thought momentum had changed, Kirsch, bang, bang, St Mary's go and drag it back before half-time.
Well, go back to their defensive 50. They've got that number again at the back of the stoppage because all St Joseph's players want to come in and converge on the ball rather than just playing your role and be 1v1 and make sure you got some shape on the outside. St Mary's are just easy to clear the ball every time it goes inside forward 50.
You're not supposed to be able to do that on your left foot in the left forward pocket. That was sublime by Elijah Wales. Hughes gets it down in the middle. Jansen. Now Morrison having a run in the ruck for St Joey's. Garner. McMahon put the tackle on. He actually put a saddle on him at Moonee Valley. He still got the ball away though, and he got it inside. De Grande. He took a diving mark. Second one for the game from Paddy. And he'll shoot the goal from 50 out, slight angle for a quick reply for St Joey's.
Well, there's no ifs or buts, is there? You have to kick this. They have to put this through. Got to stay in touch a little bit. I know it's only 15 points, but in the game, in the context of this game, it's not going to be high scoring, and 10 goals will probably win it for you today.
26 minutes played in this second term on the Bowen Foods time clock. Paddy De Grande, he's kicked one this afternoon. And he's seen a fair bit of GMHBA Stadium this year as well with the Cats VFL. He comes in, out to the right, 50 out from goal. Bang! And has missed. So 1-1, his personal tally. 3-6-24 now, St Joey's. St Mary's 6-2-38, Sheen panel service, K-Rock, second quarter scoreboard.
So inaccuracy hurting the Joeys. They've had one more scoring shot. Well, really, they've had the same amount because there's a rush behind in there from earlier in the contest. Pendlebury with the kicking duties into the right back pocket. How many times have we said Pendlebury with the kicking duties on K-Rock footy and it hasn't been Ryan? Into the right back pocket for Lang. Played in the grand final with Finley last year, a losing one. He'll flirt with the boundary line and buzz Conway, and there's no mark taken as it's up the hands of Hughes and also Rudd, and we'll get a boundary throw in. Right below our best seats in the house, try Dimmy Jaffel today at Apco Cafe 24/7. We'll have it hurled back into play. Could not get a better vantage point to call local footy than here at GMHBA Stadium. Hughes and Morrison. Hughes front position in the sunshine. Won the tap down. Crunch. Gow came in. Put the body on. Might have hurt himself. Actually, Tolman, he might have hurt himself in laying that bump. Just into his feet now. Nunatus gives a handball off. O'Dwyer to half forward. Edwards slipped over. DeGrandy through his hands. Mullen a fumble. Time to recover. Outside of the right boot with smart play. Kick inside forward 50. Rayner crunch. Edwards a big tackle brought him to ground. Ball up 40 out from goal. And there's a little bit of a fracas and a tete-a-tete taking place. We'll get a ball up about 40 out from the Joey's goal. They need one before half-time.
So ball up. Chaplin goes up, gets it down, falls towards Keelan Betson. Hose for St Joey's. Gave it away to Betson again. Right foot kick up the chimney. Across the face of goal. Kershaw's out there. Rudd's there as well, close to the boundary line. Rudd saw it over. In the right forward pocket for St Joey's, we're going to have a boundary throw in. We've played 28 minutes in this second term, close to half-time here at GMHBA Stadium on the Bowen Foods time clock. We're going to have a boundary throw in. St Joey's trail by 15. They have it deep into their forward 50 at the northern end of the ground. Boundary throw in. Short again. Goes towards Betson. Jansen wraps him up. He didn't have to put the saddle on quite as much as Harry McMahon did before on Betson, and we'll have a ball up. Still about 25 out from the St Joey's goal.
28.5 minutes played on the Bowen Foods time clock. Ball into the air. Tapped down maybe by Chaplin. Trying to get it away. Did so. Betson, quick snap out of the pack. It was a throw by Chaplin that found Keelan Betson. And a free kick to Jack Blood. Or is it Jared Garner? Either or. It'll be Blood. Searching for his third premiership as a player. After playing in the 19 and 22 successes. From inside defensive 50. He'll bang a long ball towards half-back. Out of sight in the sunshine. The spoil away by Liam Betson. Nunatus' kick was good. Coming up, Antonak took the mark on the chest. Gets back quickly off the mark. Needs to find something. They've rolled numbers back, St Mary's, including Rudd going back behind the footy. Antonak drills it, looking for Edwards to fly, but it's a well-judged mark, and there is that man. A saving mark as he's taken plenty of through this final series, Michael Rudd. And they will go to half-time. The elimination finalist. They had to win in the final round just to come in to September action, and they might go away with the big prize. 6-2-38 the Saints. St Joseph 3-5-23 that second quarter, thanks to Sheen Panel Service. Win 10K just by repairing your car at Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply. Let's firstly go to Josh Conway with James Gow.
the 7-seat hybrid Toyota Kluger.
Hi, girls.
Available now with a 4.9% comparison rate with Toyota Finance.
What? This is our uniform. Are you serious? They just copied us.
Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota.
Hey guys, should we have one of our massive Big Macs up?
How you going?
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is our center.
Great savings every day.
With Bunnings' lowest prices, you can have a beautiful garden.
A few hours every weekend, you'll turn it around and you can sit back and enjoy your garden as it's meant to be.
Now is the time to get out there.
Scotch 25 litre tomato, vegetable and herb potting mix, $9.98. Trojan heavy duty bypass pruner, $19.99. 100 to 110 ml assorted tomato plant, $1.98 each. Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 10%. Conditions apply. See website for details. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Get out there and give it heaps in the new Mazda BT50. Take on the toughest terrain and the biggest weekends in the top-of-the-range Mazda BT50 SP, now from $67,990 drive away. Or get the job done with the work-site-ready BT50 XT 4x4 dual-cab pickup, now from $54,990 drive away. Visit your local Mazda dealer and drive away today. T's and C's apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Thanks to our #1 ticket holder, APCO. Fueled by APCO Cafe 24/7.
Going to clear both Mitchell and Rudd out the back. Wales might be first onto it. Kick 3 in the clash at Drew.
he's had that straightened out and will head back out onto the field after the break, and obviously has had the HIH all cleared. Braden Ham also has had that lingering neck, upper back issue, so he should be fine, and he's just got a little bit of a split lip as well.
All right, thank you for that. Gee, the old modelling career's gone for Paddy.
Yeah, it's done.
Yep.
He's going to have to find another vocation outside footy. He's done with the broken nose.
That will make Nick the better-looking Dowling brother.
He'll need a little bit of surgery.
I was going to say, they could have just shuffled him up to my street to St John of God Hospital, Birchie, and got a quick job done and back down.
Well, and I suppose you've got the expertise here on the boundary line, and the players are as tough as they are. You just whack it back in here and now.
Oh, yo, caring for our community for 50 years. We've got some key numbers from the first half that Kirsch is keeping an eye on, thanks to North Geelong, Grovedale and Ocean Grove locations of Kerr's higher. What are some of those numbers, please, Kirsch?
Like we'd expect, things are still pretty tight in terms of stats-wise that we're looking into. And the inside 50s marks, inside forward 50, intercept marks and clearances are what we're looking at today, which are the four key components to who wins this game of footy. And to half-time, she's pretty even. Inside 50, St Joseph's 24, St Mary's 20, so +4 to St Joseph's. They're just missing that connection piece, as we've been talking about throughout the game, going inside forward 50. Marks inside forward 50, 5-1, +4 to... St Joseph's at the moment, and they just haven't, been able to capitalise on those marks inside forward 50. Intercept marks, this is the one, St Joseph's 4, St Mary's 8, and I think most of those have been behind the ball, which goes to show their back half's playing really well, which we've sort of discussed time and time again in this game. Clearances, 21-17 in favour of St Joseph's. So they're getting the ball forward. They just, again, can't do nothing with that ball once it gets inside their forward half. It's just rebounding very easily at the minute.
Thank you for that. Good work by you, Kirsch. North Geelong, Grovedale and Ocean Grove. Quality equipment for hire and sales at Kerr's hire. Let's go around the courts, netball-wise. Now, the ones that have been decided so far today that we've got results for. I'll start with the juniors, start with the 13s, Division 1 and 2. Bell Park beat South Barwon 28-21 in the 2s. South Barwon defeated Bell Park 25-24. Under 15s, Division 1, Bell Park 23 lost to South Barwon 24, and St Mary's won Division 2 37-35. In the under 17s, Geelong West 37 defeated South Barwon 15. In Division 2, South Barwon 24 defeated St Joseph's 15. D grade, St Joey's 26, South Barwon 17. C grade, St Mary's 50, South Barwon 31. Still waiting for results to be updated for under 19s and B grade. E grade won't be too far from done. Actually, that would be finished because A grade is underway between St Joseph's and Newtown and Chilwell. Half-time not too far from its conclusion, so we better have a look at the head-to-head for Breakwater Meadowlands. Steel projects made easy. The influence of Alex Hickey and the influence of Jared Garner. Garner obviously playing under sufferance with that heavily strapped right thigh/hamstring, Kirsch.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. We all know how good of footballers they are and what type of playmaker and how they set things up out there. So that's one thing we can't measure is their leadership and experience qualities out there, but they generally do get involved a fair bit, and both of them are a little bit down from where they'd both like to be, and probably both their teams would like them to be. Al Hickey's only had the 3 kicks and 1 handball, couple of tackles, 3 tackles and a mark, whereas Garner's had the 3 kicks, 4 handballs, 3 marks, no tackles. So both probably in their own, in their own sort of where they'd like to see themselves in this game of footy need to lift, and I think that their side would like them to lift after half-time, and there's certainly room for improvement for them two to get into this game and be influential.
Well, thank you for that. Good work by you, Kirsch. Of course, Breakwater Meadowlands. Steel projects made easy. Felmongers Road, Leather Street in Breakwater. I better confirm that. They've been with us and doing some good work, Breakwater Meadowland. There's a lot out that way we've got in that sort of Felmongers Road, Townsend Road area of the world. 44 Leather Street in Breakwater.
Oh, the great Leather Street.
Check out the new range of Corescapes, weathered steel for your landscaping
I think it might
projects.
be raining at Leather Street.
Yeah,
it's raining here.
It's raining here. Yeah, and it's got dark out the back as well. So I suspect the crowd, it is actually now starting the old-fashioned scamper undercover. So there won't be many sitting, fair to say, out in the open here in the Brownlow stand with the rain coming in here in this second half. It's half-time thanks to Blackman's Brewery, the ultimate half-time beer made in Geelong. A break and back with the second half. Win an SUV on now at APCO. Live, breathe, K-Rock Footy.
Skipping you across the best events in Geelong is the school holiday hit list. Make the most of these school holidays with a family day at Ballarat Wildlife Park.
Have a fun day out in Melbourne these school holidays the easy way with Port Phillip ferries, departing Port Arlington daily. Catch more than 30 dinosaurs at Werribee Park Mansion for Dino Fest, the biggest school holiday experience of all time. Go face to face with real walking dinosaurs and watch out for the T-Rex. Book now. Make the most out of these school holidays with a family day at Ballarat Wildlife Park. It's just a short drive from Geelong to visit Tigers Kai and Akasha. 100 friendly, free-roaming kangaroos and Crunch, the 5-metre super croc. Rain, hail, or shine, it's the perfect family day out. Adventure and experience awaits you at Ballarat Wildlife. At the gate and get $15 off a family pass.
It's the school holiday hit list on K-Rock 955.
Feeling thirsty? There's a Blackman's beer for every fridge, especially yours. Get a taste.
The 7-seat hybrid Toyota Kluger.
Hi, girls.
Available now with a 4.9% comparison rate with Toyota Finance.
What? This is our uniform. Are you serious? They just copied us.
Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota.
Hey guys, should we have one of our massive big nights out?
How you going?
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is our center.
Birchie's making her way back down boundary side as well. Both teams have made their way back out onto GMHBA Stadium. St Mary's have just emerged, but it has got dark here after brilliant sunshine through the first half. The weather has changed.
Do they have the capacity to turn the lights on?
I don't know whether that was in the budget or not, and that's why they probably kiboshed the idea of a twilight grand final, because of the The cost of turning the lights on now. Kirsch, you've had a little bit of a win today, I believe. Your shout for dinner tonight, am I right?
We all have. Just local butcher with his horse and a little bit of mail. Thank you, Andrew.
Well done. Good work.
Gamble responsibly,
Absolutely.
as we always say.
You rolling that into somebody else tomorrow in the sprint, I hear?
Maybe just have a little look at
All right, gentlemen. Importantly for the Sporting Globe, Kirsch and Dallow, with this weather turning and going to no doubt impact the contest, get a bit slippery out there, the ball will get heavy. Do we suspect that being 14 points up might be better value than what it looks like on the scoreboard?
100% it does. The ball already is a little bit hot around the contest, and it's going to be even worse to sort of, get possession off now. But do you know what it might do? It might bring a couple of the players that are a bit quiet up the St Joseph's forward half into the game as well, the fall of the ball players. Hunter Lewis can probably get involved a little bit more. Jack Mullen with the fall of the ball. So it might bring them into it a little bit more, Darlow.
Yeah, and that's what I wrote down. If I was coaching St Joey's, one of the things that I'm talking about to those players is to restrict the ability of St Mary's to intercept mark in their D50. Just got to bring the ball to ground, and then these conditions are going to help those smaller players get good balance of that fall of the contest, and maybe that's your avenue to be able to get the ball in your hands and some more scores on the scoreboard.
Umpire Jones with the ball in the middle of GMHBA Stadium. 2 quarters left to decide the Premier for 2025. Third quarter action thanks to Barwon Timber. Geelong owned and operated and building better since 1980. Here's Jace.
Hughes gets it down the middle for St Mary's, but rowed by Hose for St Joey's. Got away to James Hickey under pressure. Back towards Hose. And he gets tackled by a couple there, and that is not going anywhere. And we're going to have a Ben Casanilli secondary bounce.
Interesting. Keelan Betson's gone out to that wing. We saw it a couple of weeks ago against Colac when he played out in the wing, and he's gone out there now.
Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups will keep an eye on. That's a push, I think. Free kick's going to be at paid advantage too. It was to Hughes. Goes to Blood. He goes to Harry McMahon, who can't take the mark at forward 50. Off the back of the pack, O'Dwyer. He can't pick it up. Pretty slippery out there now with a bit of rain at half-time. Wales straight lines the ball. Then the handball to nobody in particular. Comes back Betson. Keelan gets it at half-back for St Joey's. High kick towards centre wing. Bring back Burke. Coming at it where Henderson it was. In fact, it was Lewis who got it down. Gow gets it forward. Forward 50 for St Joey's. Oh, good mark. Joel Edwards under pressure and wants to play on quickly. Left foot kick. Open square. Goes towards Morrison in the pocket. Runs away from him. Slides over the line. Probably not a bad result for St Joey's in the end. It's out of bounds in the right forward pocket.
I'm not sure it was the option though, Jay. So, they didn't have that clear out-and-out sort of runner out the back of the contest, and maybe just hold it up a little bit and look for a little square up inside forward 50.
And we'll get to Buzz and Birchie in a moment just for an update on these weather conditions, because that rain has really got heavy now. You can hear it through our effects mics, and it's going to help St Mary's, leading by 14. Pendlebury does the roving from the ruck contest, gives a handball to Jansen, who's been good. Kick to the wing, 3 Joeys lining up, but neither could mark. And now Burke, a handball, dump, Rudd, ball spilled out. Chaplin wants to take the game on, picked it up, run away. Centre kick inside, forward 50. Double fisted by Pendlebury, was smart into the path of Ham. His handball missed. Hamish Burke though. Chance for De Grande. Non-preferred left, the kick into the path of Henderson. He'll roll towards the boundary line, but he'll dink back in on his left boot, and Tanner Owen has taken the mark. Either Birchie or Buzz, if you haven't got on the arc yet.
Yeah, it's heavy. It is pouring down. I'm just taking refuge in the St Joey's bench. Very kind of us to let us in.
Are you all right too, Birchie?
Yeah, I'm on the St Mary's bench. It is teeming down here. Everyone's ducked for a cover and up into the top tiers of the grandstand.
Massive kick for Tanner Owen in the context of this clash to pull the margin back to 8 points. He's pulled it to the left and through for a minor score, and the margin is 1. 6-2, 38 St Mary's. St Joey's now 3-7-25. They need to make every post to win at St Joseph's. With this rain really going to impact the contest, we suspect, for the second half.
Pendlebury plays on from full-back, goes to the outer side, half-back flank looking for Rudd, punched away from him by Mitchell. The back of the pack, James Hickey, handball, just straight to Fletcher Hughes. He plays with St Mary's though. On the up again, now came from McDonald, he gets it away, left foot kick by Ham, towards half forward. Liam Betson gets back there, leads Sam Burke in the race for the footy. They see it over the boundary line. Right half forward for St Mary's, who are kicking to the Joel Selwood stand end in this third term. And they lead by 13, and we've played 3 minutes in this third term.
My sympathies both with Jason Boris and Craig Johnston snapping away today for Pixel Sports Media and Eel Pie Sports Media, respectively. Boundary throw-ins allowed to bounce. Chaplin trying to impose himself on the contest. Lost the footy. Jansen snap around the body. O'Dwyer can't take it below his knees, out of bounds. I'm not declaring the game over, but if St Mary's were to get another one in front, Joey's would have to find 4 goals in these conditions. after only kicking 3 in the first half, Kirsch, it's going to be tough darts.
Oh, absolutely it is. The conditions change the game completely, so every goal's a premium at the moment, and they can ill afford to get one right here.
Kick off the ground, comes back for St Joey's to Owen, who goes across half back. Oh, good, nearly a good mark to Oscar Morrison, but he's got Edwards in support at half back. Little left foot kick's okay. Henderson takes the mark outside for St Joey's, back end of centre wing. Then he kicks it out, wanting Keelan Betson to come in it. He does. Takes the mark in front of Jansen, wheels and goes. Wants to move it quickly. Kick wasn't great off the boot. Missed the target, which was Paddy de Grande. Hamish Burke. He sees the ball over the boundary line, just inside forward 54. St Joey's, we're going to have a boundary throw in on the outer side.
We talk about the inside 50s in the first half and how sort of ordinary their kicking inside forward 50 is. Now it's going to be absolutely crucial they try and find a target in there.
Left forward pocket, the old de Grande's pocket, no longer there. Ball at ground level. De Grande's into the cycle, back into where they started with cycles. Here's a chance for Owen, or rather Henderson. His kick was partially smothered. It's going to fall for Gow, and then Gow drives one towards de Grande. Wonderful spoil by Hamish Burke. Chance again for Henderson. Draw it down in the tackle, but fired a handball away. Chafer was clean below his knees. Handball de Grande in the left forward pocket. A rolling ball. Geez, that wasn't too far away, but it missed. And through for a minor score, and the margin is back to 12. Paddy de Grande with 1 goal, 2 by my count this afternoon, and Joey's now with 3-8. 5 minutes into this third quarter on the Barham Foods time clock. Sells the freshest fish direct to you, Donga Road, North Geelong, chosen by all the best restaurants in Geelong.
Pendlebury plays on from fullback, goes back towards half-back. Can't take the mark out there, though. Off of step, Webb's kick was smothered. Matt Copley came straight at him and sees it over the boundary line. Just forward of centre wing.
The last 4 throw-ins have been short. We talked about it in the first half, so we'll see what this one done. 2's been allowed to hit the ground in the throw-ins.
Yeah, just a shout-out to an old friend of ours, old Dick Brady from out at the Shell Club. Needs some surgery. Tuning in before he goes in for it. So good afternoon to you, Mr. Brady. Thank you for your service as well, both to our country and to the Shell Club. Chance here for the Joeys on the outer side. Betson a handball to Chafer. Under the pack is Garner. And the ball's going to bobble out. It's going to work out all right for Jansen to jam it on the boot for the Saints. Copley tries to mark on the chest. The wet ball can't. And we'll go out of bounds again for a boundary throw in. And this is going to be an absolute war of attrition as the rain falls.
Where the GFL Grand Final on in many places around Geelong. That's at a nice little establishment where you buy some alcoholic beverages as well. Right. It's everywhere.
Ball back into play, tapped down by Hughes, socket off the ground, Chaplin, that'll go out in the full, and the boundary umpire, who I suspect might have come sans boots, he's just in your old-fashioned runners, has gone over as he went to make his decision. And Spragg with the footy, a Bowen Heads premiership player, also a St Mary's premiership player in 2022. It is teeming down here at GMHBA Stadium. Kick towards the right forward pocket. Jace Boris and Craig Johnson. If you can hear me, boys, you don't need to endure this.
Oh, look at Jace over there. Look at him with the thumbs up.
He had a horrid rain cloud came through. He was snapping a game in the GFNL, Anakin Bellpost Hill. We had to use a light pole for cover down in the primary school forward pocket in front of the scoreboard. Joey's looked to clear. Al Hickey got down low, but the ball bobbling, and they might get a chance to clear here, Jace.
They do. Tanner Owen with just a tumbling punt into the middle of the ground. Might sit okay for Oscar Morrison to run back onto it. Rayner comes at him. And coming the other way as well as Hunter Lewis, but he leaves it behind. Sprague can't. He can't with the ball, though. Fell in the arms. Burke, though, the third man in there again for St Mary's. Across half back, they're mucking around with it. They just need to kick it. Oh, little toe poke by Rayner. Didn't really go too far. Cockrell tried to kick it off the ground. Rayner. Now he gets a little toe poke towards centre wing. He's turned it over, though, coming the other way. This is the problem with the wet weather now. They're trying to play dry weather footy. Smith just bombs it. Inside forward 50. Hamish Burke can't take the mark. Second effort on the ground. Didn't get it away effectively. Across forward 50. Pendlebury, though. Little left foot kick on the outside. Might be okay. Handball over the top to Hamish Burke.
Hamish Burke, a handball over the top. McDonald doesn't take possession, just flicks it on, but in flicking it on has flicked it out of bounds. And the umpire says, we'll throw it in. Now, he hasn't tried to keep that in play.
At all.
You could argue that is insufficient intent. It was a controlled motion by Elliot McDonald to knock it back over his head. But we'll get it hurled back into play. The margin is 12. St Mary's in the box seat at the moment. Chaplin won the tap down. Garner went to go off the ground. Reefed away. Gow's been massive. Handball into space. Ham pushed off it by James Hickey, but Ham will come again. Turned it over. Keelan Betts and a handball into space. Mullen just outside 50, sends it towards the forward pocket. Not a great kick. And Sprague has taken the mark. 20 from his defensive goal, wants the corridor with a well-weighted ball, and Blood has taken the mark, but still inside defensive 50.
So Blood plays on, goes with a kick towards centre wing. Elliot McDonald against Smith. McDonald put his hands up, couldn't take the mark. Wales from behind, kept his feet. Might be able to get away. Can he get through the traffic? Kick off the ground. Soccer style. Rudd picks it up. Handball towards McDonald, who kept going at half forward. He handballs it further afield. Travellini right on 50. Open goal square. Jesse goes for goal across the face. Harry McMahon gets there. Punched away defensively. Good play by Joel O'Dwyer and saw it through for a rush behind to St Mary's. And they go to 6-3-39 now, the Saints. Joey's a 3-8-26 Bowen Timber K-Rock third quarter scoreboard.
Handy point.
Well, you never know.
Nearly 9.5 minutes played on the Bowen Foods time clock. Luke Webb usually goes long, this time short into the left back pocket. Mark taken by O'Dwyer. Now, this could go anywhere.
Oh, yeah, Monday, Tuesday.
And it's continuing to hammer down here. O'Dwyer bangs it towards the outer wing. Spoil from Fletcher Hughes. Rudd was clean at the front of the pack. Gave a handball to Cockrell. The former Lara Cat with a kick around his body. Deflects off the shins of Mitchell. Ham was clean. Kick inside forward 50. Sam Burke is marked. I've got a sneaking suspicion that we might be able to call the engraver soon.
Oh.
This is for a 19-point lead. St Joseph's would have to double their score from here to win the contest. Sam Burke's kicked 2. 52 on the season. And to equal the 3 goals he kicked in their round 12 win at Drew Oval. For a 19-point St Mary's lead. From 35 metres out, Sam Burke has threaded it. They steal a little march and they've got the biggest margin of the contest. They move on to 7-3-45. St Joseph's 3-8-26. Third quarter, K-Rock Bowen Timber scoreboard. Geelong owned and operated and building better since 1980. Fellmongers Road in Breakwater. Check out bowentimber.com.au.
You just get back to a bit of decision making. Joel O'Dwyer kicks the ball down the line to a 3v2. Where Joseph's are outnumbered. You had Luke Webb to his right and you had a further one to his right again. Whether you switch the play, take the ball off the line, or just give it to another ball user till something else opens up. It's just those little decision-making pieces that are sort of letting them down at the moment.
So back to the middle. 19 points the difference. 11.5 played in this third quarter at GMHBA. Rain still coming down here. Ruck contest. Liam Betson against Hughes. Goes towards Hunter Lewis, having a run on the ball and kicks the ball up the chimney. Goes towards centre wing. Travellini. Oh, Kershaw did a great job to try and mark it. Travellini got around a couple. On centre wing, goes towards half forward with the kick at the back. Webb for St Joey's. He chips the ball back in, looking for Lewis just. And Rudd held him up nicely at half back, just outside defensive 50.
Need to get something moving, but it's hard in these conditions. A kick wide to the wing. James Hickey had to wait for it to bounce. Gave a handball to the runner, Kershaw. Kershaw loops it over the top to Grandy. Hamish Burke's worn him like a glove this afternoon. And that's why he was a Team of the Year selection for the first time during the week. Hamish Burke. One of the most incredible improvement stories in the GFNL from the red-headed defender from Anthony Costa Oval. His team lead by 19. The rain is hammering down around the Geelong region, and we've gone 12 minutes on the Bowen Foods third quarter time clock.
Boundary throw in. Goes to the front, Betson. Gow. Oh, left it behind. Blood. Gow tried to tap it on for St Joey's. Ball spills free, Blood on hands and knees. Hughes kept his feet and got the ball away towards a vacant centre wing position and out of bounds for a throw-in just forward of centre wing for St Mary's. Is it just, you've got to try and change that game, Kirsch, St Joey's just got to kick it off the ground, just got to keep moving the ball forward.
You've got to adapt quicker.
Yeah.
And St Mary's are holding it up pretty well. They've scored already, so they're just adapted to the conditions a lot better and quicker, which is the most important.
Ball back into play. The boundary throw-in was well away from where the rucks had set up. It's going to fall for James Hickey. Tries to fire a handball wide towards Liam Betson, but they've turned it over, and Cockrell for the Saints will send it inside forward 50. Al Hickey the spoil. Ball to the front of the pack. Socket off the ground by Copley with smart play. Now it's a foot race to the footy. Sam Burke trapped it beautifully. Found it at ground level. Snapped a wonderful goal. How do you do that in the wet? How do you do that in the wet? Sam Burke's trap was elite, and then he spun on a 5-cent piece, snapped it over his left shoulder, kicked his fourth, and has put St Mary's with one hand and a couple of fingers on the Blood Toyota Cup. St Mary's 8-3-51, St Joseph's 3-8-26. Joey's would need to now double their score and keep Mary's scoreless to win this contest. St Mary's are going to produce something that is divine. Maybe the appearance of His Holiness the Pope at Freeze MND might have had something to do with this, Kirsch.
Well, I don't know, Kingy, about that, but Joey Chaplin's now going back behind the ball, so they've changed a few things up here. But look, at the end of the day, it was 2v1 again to the favour of St Joseph's, and St Mary's were still good enough to get that goal.
Going again, Rudd having a run on the ruck now. His handball in the middle of the ground to Elliot McDonald. Just kick it long, they say, and he does. He goes towards Burke. Out the back, Sam Burke. Kick off the ground. Misses. Through for one behind. 4 goals, 1. His personal tally. And then they go to 8-4-52 now. St Mary's, St Joey's 3-8-26. Bowen Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
St Joseph's 3-8 leads Sam Burke 4-1 by 1 point. Al Hickey runs from his defensive goal square. Sends it towards half-back. Edwards to fly from behind. Was able to force a spoil. Antonak off the front of the pack. A handball. Hose just couldn't take it cleanly. Socket it forward. Tried to run onto the loose footy again. Couldn't. Cockrell put his head over it. Edwards got down low. It's slippery and it's wet and it's tough out there. Chaplin a handball into space. First onto it will be McDonald. McDonald a handball back to Pendlebury. Just jammed it on the boot. Heard a voice. Rolls it towards right half-back and Jansen, who turns and kicks neatly onto the chest of Jesse Travellini, who is this his last appearance in navy blue and green. Will he be elsewhere in season 2025?
Travellini now from the back end of centre wing. Goes towards half forward with the kick. Big pack there. Off hands, front, Blood. Betson's there as well for St Joey's. Falls towards Chaplin. He got the handball free, but only as far as Travellini again goes across centre half forward. Foot race, Wales. He's got 3 St Joey's players against him. He needs some support. Harry Smith for St Joey's. Tried to get the handball backwards. It's okay. Al Hickey got the hands free. Got it towards Betson. He gets wrapped up straight away. Blood and McDonald wrap him up 60 from goal. And we're going to have a ball up at right half forward for St Mary's.
There's a bunch of Lara blokes, Kirsch, right now, hoping Joey's never score again in this contest because their lowest score in a grand final from 2000.
27 or 20? Yeah.
Ball from the ruck contest in the middle. Oscar Morrison can't take the mark. Antonak tracks it. Rayner against him, pushed him off the footy. Set a path for Travellini. Got it away to Cockrell. Off a step, Bailey. Inside 50. Where's Burke? 5th in line this time. Ball spills free to the front. Copley said cop that handball. Comes away outside of the right foot. Jack Blood. Right foot. Right on the line. Oh, touched right on the line. St Mary's boys are celebrating, but the goal umpire says it was touched. And through for one behind to Jack Blood. And they go to 8-5-53 now, St Mary's. St Joey's 3-8-26. Bowen Timber K-Rock, third quarter scoreboard.
So kick in marked by Al Hickey. And it is, I think it's got heavier this rain.
Yeah, it's certainly the heaviest it's been, Kingy, absolutely.
Thank you, Buzz. Hope you're nice and sheltered there. Jason, eel pie, please. Find shelter if you need to. As you take photos this afternoon, driving ball hose towards the wing. Edwards, big spoil. That's Hamish Burke again. He's having some sort of afternoon. In conditions like these, performances like Hamish Burke come into Frank Foppiani medal contention, and this may be the heaviest we have seen it this year. Final day of the season, where we're supposed to be a third of the way through spring, and it is hammering down, thanks to Goddings here at GMHBA. So you can hear it on the roof through Dean's wonderful effects, Mike.
Chaplin got it down in the middle. Antonak came off half forward to come pick up the footy. He did, but Luke Bartolo was right next to him. So in between wing and half forward, St Joey's just into attack. Broadcast side of GMHBA Stadium. Ball spills free from the ruck contest. Big pack around at Rudd. Got the handball out. Kick off the ground by Jansen around the corner. Harry Smith couldn't take it. Cockrell had it, lost it. Ball still there. Chafer, left foot kick. Inside 50 for St Joey's. Coming back, Hamish Burke punched away defensively. Hamish Burke doing Hamish Burke things.
Yes.
That's what he's doing. Luke Rayner said to us during the week on the podcast, he just does the things, the 1%ers, and he did one there and saw it out of bounds.
Just keeping an eye on Paddy Dowling down there, who hasn't had a huge influence on the contest, but we've had confirmed for St John of God Hospital is playing with a broken nose. Ball back into play. from behind. Rudd won the tap down. Dowling came to the contest, so did Lang. Kershaw outside of the right boot. Smart kick, a one-on-one. De Grande just couldn't complete the mark after shrugging off Hamish Burke. Braden Ham, a fit of the fumbles, couldn't take it cleanly. Getting in the way, Antonak. Might have copped one high, he did. Umpire Jones has seen that. And, in fact, Umpire Wilson has seen that. Umpire Jones on the other side hasn't. And fair to say, for Louis Antonak, this might be one of the biggest kicks of his career.
Well,
something to ignite St Joey's.
It's the biggest kick of the game because they have to score from their opportunities. It's as simple as that.
They do, and just a little bit of a change-up that they've done in the last few moments as well. They've started evening up the contest at stoppage, so that St Mary's had their winger sitting off the back of the stoppage. Now St Joey's are evening that up by having a forward come up and defend that as well to make it even numbers.
Well, it's fair to say if we were at a community venue with this rain, people would be getting very, very wet and probably going home. Thank God for the shelter. Antonak from 35 metres out has kicked it. They needed it. So they'll avoid the lowest score ever in a GFNL Grand Final. And they'll move on to 4-8-32 on the third quarter K-Rock Bowen Timber scoreboard. St Mary's 8-5-53, and there's a little bit of a pulse for the men in red, gold and black. Their first goal since the 18-minute mark of the second quarter as we approach time on in this third quarter on the Barn Foods time clock.
Well, it was hard work. It was hard work, and it took a free kick. And look, the free kick was a lucky free kick too because they still had numbers at the fall of the ball, St Mary's. They had 3v1. If it wasn't for Antonak trying to make a contest and get the free kick, then they would have cleared the ball again and rebound 50.
And that may be the settler there for St Joey's as well, now that they've kicked one in these conditions. They just need to keep kicking the ball forward rather than handballing, putting themselves under pressure.
Hughes gets it down. Jansen tapped it on towards Cockrell. Gow pushes him off the ball. Garner comes through. Can't pick it up, though. Bartolo off the wing. Gow against him. Just get out of my way, says James Gow. Left right foot kick towards centre half forward and goes across towards De Grande. Can't pick it up. Coming the other way, Pendlebury. Just a clearing kick. There's a St Mary's player behind. I think he's okay. Wales. Al Hickey takes a great mark on centre wing and plays on. Goes long inside forward 50. Pendlebury from behind. Punched away from Edwards. Front and centre was Cockrell. Through the pack. Left the footy behind. Comes back towards Edwards. Handballs it to nobody in particular. Wales got a free handball. Back towards the middle of the ground. St Joey's off a step. Gow. Back towards centre half forward. Jansen. Oh, beautiful skills. And a right foot kick out of trouble for St Mary's.
But Al Hickey back with the flight. Judged it best, the skipper. He looked to come to the wing. They might be better off attacking the corridor. He'll pull it towards right half forward. De Grande flies. Burke keeping him company. Front of the pack, Keelan Betson. A handball forward. Tried to go and win his own ball back. Connors dragged out the tackle. And it's going to be a free kick for too high. It's going to be Hamish Burke with the free kick going against James Hickey. He's had some sort of afternoon, Hamish Burke. That rain is continuing to hammer down here at GMHBA Stadium. We played the first half in brilliant sunshine. Kick to the wing. Hughes 3 deep. Can't mark. Had to play spoiler on both Owen and O'Dwyer. And we'll get it thrown back into play. True centering right in front of Jane Birch. Birchie handling those conditions. Hidden well down and tucked away safely in that St Mary's interchange bench.
Well, you guys will be very proud of me in my poncho that I invested in during the week, but even that's not going to stand up out in those conditions, so I'm under the under the glass here.
Well done, Birchie. Ball from the ruck contest on centre wing. Kick from Chaplin was smothered and by Chris Jansen, who we're well and truly in Frank Foppiani medal contention this afternoon. Chris Jansen had a great game. And we're going to have a boundary throw in right on centre wing, right in front of where Birchie and Buzz are for Leopold Sporties this afternoon. Boundary throw in. Hughes and Chaplin. Hughes got a hand to it over the back though. Gow, blood right next to him, worried him out of it and got the footy and then goes to the right foot kick towards an open half forward flank, getting across there. Webb, done. McDonald bared down on him, got out of the sprinkler head. The umpire said play on. Ball still in dispute. They can't believe it. Ali McDonald gets up. Elijah Wales asking Nachos. Nachos not having anything of it.
Well, the indication was he got a handball away.
I was holding the ball all day of the week, even Tuesdays.
Very filthy Nachos with Collingwood not making the grand final.
Tapped down by Chaplin. James Hickey held it out. It surely be a free kick going to St Joey's here, and Henderson will take the advantage and he'll drive St Joey's towards half forward. It's not a great kick. Pendlebury's judged it best off the boot. Had to wait for it to sit up, and then he just hacks it away towards half back. Rayner and also Mullen fisted over Antonak. I should say Antonak fisted into space. Kershaw, Blood both engage the body. Blood the footy. Kershaw the tackle. Rayner lost it in a tackle. Ryan had it knocked from his grasp, and then Kershaw puts Harvey Ryan on his backside. And we'll get a boundary throw in. There's two blokes there, Kershaw and Ryan. who wouldn't get wet. Well, they're struggling to get wet. There's nothing of them.
Turn sideways and they're being in each other's shadow, those two. Boundary throw in, right half forward. Some of the lights on here at GMHBA as well this afternoon now with the rain coming down from the ruck contest. Hughes, Wales gets a clearing kick to centre wing. Now around the corner, Rudd just got a kick away under pressure. Harry McMahon wants to save to the boundary line. That's insufficient. The umpire, James, did not see it because we've got a much better position where we're sitting in the E.J. Whitten Memorial Broadcasting Box and right in front of the APCO best seats in the house.
Other umpires, though, Jason.
We are going to have a boundary throw in.
Try Dimmy Jaffel today at APCO Cafe 24/7. Might be sneaking over to APCO South Geelong after this today. Fisted forward by Chaplin into the space that Antonak occupies. A handball, a hose for Joey's. He'll jam it on the boot towards right half forward. They need to find a mark, but they won't. Although the spoil of Hamish Burke knocked it straight to Edwards. He fumbled and Harvey Ryan cleaned up for the Saints. He just pumps it to the wing and Jack Blood is happy. He had no interest in getting involved in taking the footy there because James Gow would have absolutely pummeled him. And at true centre wing, we'll get a boundary throw in. Kudos to Buzz and Birchie. Down boundary side for Leopold Sporties, who are braving the elements by sitting underneath the interchange benches.
From the ruck contest, Chaplin got the ball free. Gow got a clearing kick just before Wales could get him. Comes back to the middle of the ground. Ball spills for Kershaw. Handball over the top. Keelan Betson runs through some traffic, loses the football. Mullins there as well across 50. Gives it to Antonak. Shuffles the ball to Edwards. Needs to kick the goal. 30 and closing. It was smothered. Great defensive play. They came up on Joel Edwards. Sprague gets across there and sees it over the line. And that is the difference at the moment between St Mary's and St Joey's.
It was Charlie with the smother.
And it was just, they got it across and there will be a boundary throw in about 20 around from the St Joey's goal. We've played 25 in this third term on the Barwon Foods time clock. It's St Mary's 8-5-53. They lead St Joey's 4-8-32.
St Mary's have added 2 goals. St Joey's 1. 25 minutes played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Joey's will need another one, you would think, before three-quarter time. From the boundary throw, and it's knocked forward by Harvey Ryan, but only as far as Mullen. Kershaw tried to take on Lang and got one high. Well, you know his distance better than anybody, Matthew.
No chance.
Early doors too with that.
0.
And he's turned his back. He's sort of darting the eyes. James Hickey presents.
No, he's got to pass this.
No, he's going to kick this.
No, he's got to pass it or lay it off.
No, he's going to kick it.
Just the top of the square, son.
Kick it.
Swings out to the right, and that's where he puts it. Although he got a really good piece of it, they're going to compete on the goal line, and that's not the kick he wanted. He was trying to pull back on it. Maybe if he had a kick through it, he would have comfortably made the distance, Kirsch.
He might have.
Margin is 20. They need a goal.
So Pendlebury calling the play. He's come out of the goal square and he's calling the play.
There.
Yeah, just standing there. He's called to play on now. Goes to the outer side with the kick and goes towards Fletch Hughes. Webb at the back as well. And they see it over the line. We're going to have a boundary throw in. Reg Hickey stands side of GMHBA in between wing and half forward. St Joey's just into attack.
So right now, St Joey's score is the second lowest all time in the GFNL Grand Final. The lowest score back in 2000 when Matty Kershaw defected back to the Seagulls and they beat Lara in a low-scoring, wet affair, which I think the day started similarly, Kirsch. It was nice early and then the weather turned horrible.
It was very windy, and it was exactly like this.
And it was North Shore's last flag. It's hard to believe it's 25 years ago. Ball into the air. Chaplin and Hughes. Hughes from behind the tap down. Gow through the contest. Just couldn't take it with him. Knocked it in the end to Jansen for St Mary's. He snapped a kick over his left shoulder. He'll bounce just inside the field of play and out. Good result for the Saints. Remember that they had to win last round against Newtown, who were playing for the minor premiership, to be part of September action. And then they got in and they held off Bell Park just. Then they saw off Newtown. Then they held off Colac. And now they're looking to take care of St Joey's and win their 7th GFNL flag.
Boundary throw in, centre wing on the outer side. Webb tracks it back towards the boundary after it was tapped down by Fletcher Hughes. Can't keep it in though with those wet conditions. The ball runs out of bounds and we're going to have a boundary throw in again on centre wing on the outer side.
Just on that tough schedule, Kingy, I'm almost on the massage table down here for St Mary's and they've already had half a dozen players having a rub, so goodness knows what the last quarter's going to look like.
Thanks, Birchie. St John got injury update there. I thought you said you were on the massage table.
I'm about to be.
Boundary throw in. Centre wing, Hughes gets a double tap down. Goes back now. Harry Smith gets it. Oh, that's too high against Harry McMahon. Will be a free kick, so St Joey's maybe one last chance. 28 played third term. They need a goal.
Harry Smith.
4-5.
Trying to join his dad, Scott, as a premiership player at St Joseph's. There's only ever been one father-son combination to win a flag at Joey's, and that's the Capras, John and Ben. Of course, Scotty Smith back in 89, the man lovingly referred to as Diesel. Short kick from O'Dwyer finds Gow just back of the wing.
They got the extra number here. That's why Gow can't kick down the line.
That's Rudd that set himself, and he's kicked it straight basically to him. They need to spoil here. DeGrande was able to bring it to ground, front of the pack numbers with St Joseph's. Keel and Betson through traffic, took on one, took on two. That's surely holding the ball. Umpire says he got a handball out. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Sprague, Lang, Pendlebury, all questioning umpire Jones about his non-decision. The only decision is the ball's out of bounds. We'll have it hurled back into play. Just forward of the wing, favouring St Joey's. 29 minutes played in the third quarter. GFNL Grand Final 2025, and the margin is 20 to the good of the Saints.
Chaplin got it down in the ruck contest towards James Hickey, but he couldn't keep it in. Slid back over the boundary line, so a bit more work for the boundary umpire to do. Right on centre wing.
Is it true, Matt Kershaw, after the 2000 Grand Final, that you rang the Lara club rooms and terrorised Jason Stolk and Shane Stone?
Why are you listening to messages from Jason Stolk?
Boundary throw in, centre wing. Chaplin, Gow from behind. Webb kicked it out of his hands. Henderson fell over at the crucial stage. The ball's underneath him. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
You didn't deny it, though.
No, it wasn't me, but someone did allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, it was not me. Back then, you had to ring the old club rooms.
Yeah, that's right. 5-2. A ball from the ruck contest falls towards Webb. He can't take it with him. Coming the other way was Charlie Lang. Pendlebury fell into the arms of Cockrell. He gets it towards centre wing with the kick. Over the back of the pack, Elliot McDonald harasses a couple of St Joey's players. Ball spills free. Still in play, but then Hannah Lewis takes it over right in front of the interchange bench and right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to Epco Cafe 24/7. We're going to have a boundary throw in.
Joey's would need some sort of divine intervention. Maybe the Pope today, and with two Catholic clubs playing each other, the big fella upstairs might have been wearing the navy blue and green scarf. Boundary throw in. Rolling towards the boundary line. Chafer a handball. Handball from James Hickey. Betson trying to keep it alive. Calls for a throw. Calls for out of bounds. Calls for everything. And nothing has been decided other than a boundary throw in. We'll have it hurled back into play. 31 minutes almost played on the Barwon Foods time clock. Hughes has rucked manfully all day. Chaplin winning the tap down though for Joey's. Front of the pack, Garner for St Mary's couldn't take it. Webb somehow fashioned a kick around the corner. DeGrande with a wet ball couldn't take it cleanly. Although Hamish Burke went past it. DeGrande fired a handball forward. Lang coming up was good. Lost it in the tackle of Betson though. Cockrell back to Pendlebury. Pendlebury a handball to Rayner. Rayner inside the left back pocket. Breaks that now and gives it to Lang, who then snaps a left foot kick to the wing. Copley a spoil, also O'Dwyer, and it's out of bounds one more time, and we'll have it thrown back in. 53-33. St Mary's lead St Joseph's in this third quarter, thanks to Barwon Timber, Geelong owned and operated and building better since 1980. Tom King, Josh Conway, Jane Birch, Matt Dowling, Matt Kershaw, and the next voice you'll hear is Jason Doherty.
So boundary throw in for Fletcher Hughes and Joe Chaplin right on centre wing. Favours Hughes, gets it down to the front. Rove though by James Hickey, can't take it. Henderson tried to wheel around on that left. Handball by Keelan Betson was good. Webb forward to the centre wing, goes inside forward 50. There's the spare out the back with Morrison. It's Michael Rudd, does well, wheels around on the left. Little left foot poke was okay. Put a hand up, couldn't take the mark, but his second effort was okay, just wants to clear it. Goes with a torpedo punt towards Elliot McDonald, who traps it in the middle of GMHBA Stadium. He's going to have to get rid of it now. The umpire will come in and ball it up. And that's a good result for St Mary's as the siren sounds the three-quarter time. And it's St Mary's 8-5-53. They lead St Joey's 4-9-33.
So St Mary's adding to their score 2 goals. St Joey's adding only the 1, and the margin that was 15 at half-time is now 20 points. It was as much as 27, but it has been pulled back to 20 thanks to a late goal to Louis Antonak. But you would have to say St Mary's in these conditions, rain has dominated this third quarter. There might be too much work to do for the minor.
7-seat hybrid Toyota Kluger.
Hi, girls.
Available now with a 4.9% comparison rate with Toyota Finance.
What? This is our uniform. Are you serious? They just copied us.
Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota.
Hey guys, should we have one of our massive big nights out?
How you going?
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is our center.
And then he spun on a 5-cent piece, snapped it over his left shoulder, kicked his fourth, and has put St Mary's with one hand and a couple of fingers on the Blood Toyota Cup. St Mary's by 20 points at three-quarter time. There's a lot of work for St Joey's to do. They might as well roll the dice. The rain appears to have cleared. We'll get down to both Buzz Conway and Jane Birch for Leopold Sporty shortly. But Matt Kershaw, Matt Dowling in the experts' chairs for the Sporting Globe, gents. What do we need to do if you're St Joey's coaching staff?
Well, I feel, Kingy, that the changes probably needed to happen maybe the first 10 minutes of that third quarter if we're going to be honest and have a look at some things that were different, particularly Nanatus up around the ball. He's the hard nut of the team and get him sort of where the ball is and get it going forward. When the ball's inside forward 50, I'd just like to have seen 6v6 ahead of the ball throughout the whole quarter so that they can at least challenge them one-on-one. But they got the +1 too many times, which they have throughout the game, and their +1's been crucial down there and being able to rebound.
Jane Birch has got former St Joseph star and assistant coach Dan Lovick with her. Down to you, Birchie.
Yeah, well, Dan, the equation's pretty simple. That first goal is absolutely crucial in this contest, and if Joey's can snag that, then you're right back in it.
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously the first goal is pretty important, but I think we've got 30 minutes of footy left. We just need to grind away. I think we showed in that the big freeze game. We were 20 points down, 17 minutes to go. We found a way to get over the top of there. These guys have played 3 huge finals. We just need to keep with them, make sure we grind it out, and we will.
And like you said, obviously they've been playing every week. You're in that top position for a reason, and won your first final. You should have fresh legs, and in these conditions, it's going to be tough finishing off the game. So you'd be hoping the boys have plenty of run.
Yeah, definitely, and we earned that spot. We think we've got fresh legs. We're ready to go. these guys won't give up and they'll be able to grind it out, I reckon.
Thanks so much. Can't wait to see what the next 30-minute brings.
Beautiful, thank you.
Dan Lovick with Jane Birch, Buzz Conway. You went to the St Mary's huddle. What did you take away from what was discussed there?
I did. I might just grab a quick word with Ryan if I can. Ryan, sorry, just one quick question. What was the message from Luke Rayner at three-quarter time?
Very yeah, just I feel like we're getting on top of him in the middle and then, yeah, just set up defensively. If we can get it in the front half, we'll just hopefully can lock it in there for most of the quarter.
Good man, thank you.
Final quarter, thanks to Zambrero. Feel good Max now serving hot chips. We're underway and the ball has progressed to centre half forward for the Saints.
Yes, and there's another ball up. Someone by Ganachi will come in and ball it up. St Mary's just going to attacking the southern end in this final term. Chaplin got it down. Keelan Betson couldn't take it. Cockrell was there. Blood through the pack. He couldn't take it. Handball. Still in dispute, the ball comes back to Chaplin and tackled straight away. Some Wombat Gully Plant Farm matchups with some changes. Kirsch, you've seen a couple.
Well, then we might get our wish because Nanatus has started off, so he might be going to a wing as Kershaw's gone back to half back.
All right, we'll keep an eye on some other changes that St Joey's might have made. Now Betson from the contest got the ball free and goes to Kershaw. He tried to handball it backwards towards Hose. Kick off the ground by him towards the middle of the ground. Burke, Hamish, DeGrande over the top of him. Lays over the top of it. The umpire's going to ping him in.
Oh, he's stiff.
Free kick.
It's a tough one, that one. It's a one-on-one. You sort of want to win it, but not cough it up.
Paddy DeGrande, right foot kick towards half forward. Rayner against Lewis. Rayner takes the mark inside defensive 50. And St Mary's will repel that St Joey's attack for now. He chips a short little kick lateral to Charlie Lang. Now off a step towards centre wing. Big pack there, Rudd, front and centre. Bartolo was good. Gave it away to Ham. Left foot kick around the corner towards a vacant half-forward flank. Coming out, Sam Burke. Tracked it beautifully. Got it away. Right foot kick, Elliot McDonald. Open goal square. Has missed. And through for one behind to Elliot McDonald.
Just an update on that weather. The showers have ceased for the moment, so that's good news.
Looks like breeze. Looks like Barley down there. Birchie, I think. What are you talking about?
Yeah, humid.
Beautiful. 6:54 St Mary's. They lead St Joey's 4-9-33. Zambrero, K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
St Joey's have advanced the footy to left half back into the waiting arms of Cal Mitchell. He's got to take the game on, don't you?
Yeah.
Mitchell sends it to the wing. Luke Webb's gone forward, flies but can't complete the mark at ground level. Connors' handball was impacted, but it got to Charlie Lang. Lang dribbles a kick forward 10 metres, surely a push in the back against Mitchell. And it'll come back to Jared Garner. It's fair to say who hasn't had a massive influence on this contest. And although I reckon the strapping might have gone. Is it still there?
Doesn't matter anymore.
No. Handball off to Trevelini. He didn't want to kick.
No, he's not kicking.
Trevelini bangs it long inside, forward 50. Big double fister came from O'Dwyer into the sunshine. Hose is on that outer wing. We'll get a handball off to Chaplin. Chaplin will have to just kick for territory. Hope for the best. Sends it looking for Webb. Try to knock it to his own advantage. Hunter Lewis is there, but Fletcher Hughes was outstanding. Composed. A handball back and then barreled forward by Hamish Burke. A rolling ball that'll roll inside 50. Ellie McDonald will be there to give it to Dowling. Dowling tight in the pocket. Dragged down as he kicked. And as a result, it put it out of bounds on the full. And we'll get a free kick for St Joseph's in the right back pocket. 3 minutes played, final term. St Mary's, the only addition to the scorer behind. 8-6-54 lead St Joey's. 4-9-33.
Goes to Harrison Smith. Oh, dangerous kick to Gow. Oh, great mark, Travellini. And got a push. 50. Umpire Ganaccio with a bit of speed up. No. Oh, very, very lucky James Gow. He wasn't happy he got outmarked. And then he pushed Jesse Travellini, who I think Liam Kershaw style can't kick this distance.
No.
He's 54 metres out.
Take your 30, though.
Yes, that's right. He'd have to Mitch Duncan torp it, I reckon, if he was going to try and get it from here, Jesse.
Same spot.
So, right half forward. Jesse Travellini, 52 from goal, puts it to the top of the square, wants a mark, didn't get one. Punched through for a rush behind to St Mary's. And they go to 8-7-55. They lead St Joey's 4-9-33. Zambrero, K-Rock, final quarter scoreboard. It's Feel Good Max now serving hot chips.
Al Hickey will go short to Keelan Betson. He gives it back to Al Hickey, the skipper in game 150. A kick to right half back was a good one. Well weighted, and the mark taken by Harry Smith.
This is where they're good defensively behind the ball, St Mary's. He's got nothing to kick to because all he's seen is St Mary's jumpers.
He steps around Hughes on the mark and now will drive a kick to forward of the wing. Hamish Burke, a double fister back into the middle of the ground. Blood was clean, sun shining. Bartolo dumped as he kicked by Henderson. Kicked towards half forward. Al Hickey spoiled his own teammate in Harry Smith. And then Al Hickey had to go and fight for the footy. Rudd locks it up underneath him. And at the edge of the centre square, we'll get a ball up.
You mentioned Jared Garner. Kingy got re-strapped at three-quarter time. Looked like he got less of a strapping than he had on before. The rain was also stopped.
Thanks, Buzz. Down there for Leopold's boys this afternoon. Ball spills free. Got it away now. Betson gets a clearing kick for St Joey's towards centre half forward. Rayner! Hamlin Hanger one-handed against Hunter Lewis across centre half back. And the little champ gets the right foot kick to the middle of the ground. It's way too much space for Jared Garner, who takes the mark uncontested. He looks for a handball because he's not kicking it on that hamstring. Goes now, McMahon towards 50 with the kick. Oh, Bartolo went up, no mark. Ball spills free to the front of the pack again at half forward for St Mary's. And big pack there. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
He came straight off the ground. Jared Garner too, Jace, grimacing a lot, looks in a lot of pain.
Yeah, he's brought that into the game, no doubt. Ball up, Hughes doing the ruck work, Chaplin winning the tap down, Henderson too slow, wonderful tackle, they should have been holding the ball, Pendlebury should have won a free kick, doesn't matter because Blood's got it. Blood's kick will go out of bounds on the full though. How did they miss that? That's a genuine holding the ball decision right there.
He's a left footer too. It's a game where you've just got to get that ball straight on your foot. I understand you can't dump kick at times, but that's a dump kick right there.
Yep. So the free kick belongs to St Joey's, and it's Al Hickey who's conceding ground back to the top of his defensive goal square. And another experienced head in Cal Mitchell trying to direct traffic, get something moving, sends it outside defensive 50, Hosey's target against another youngster in Bartolo. The ball eludes both of them and out of bounds it goes as the sun is now shining again after that dump of third quarter rain that turned this into a completely different contest.
So St Mary's by 22, 6.5 played in this final term here at GMHBA Stadium. GFNL Grand Final 2025, boundary throw in Hughes. And Chaplin got a hand to it, tried to get it up again. Donatus can't take it. Bartolo can. He gives it to Jansen, gives it away to Cockrell. He had it and then lost it. Spent it towards Harry Smith for St Joey's. And Bailey's quite happy to see it over the boundary line at left half forward for St Mary's.
Donatus has just come straight onto the ground off that interchange bench and gone straight into the midfield for St Joey's.
For the Sporting Globe, Matt Dowling this afternoon. With that Wombat Gully Plant Farm match-up now. Chaplin trying to big whack it around. Tanner Owen tried to play for a free kick, didn't get one and then fell over it. The umpire said no, held in. Harry McMahon was in his back pocket. In fact, it was Luke Bartolo. So the ball just outside 50 for St Mary's. Falls towards Hughes now. Jansen, left foot kick back inside forward 50. No mark taken. Dowling was there. Burke spins around. Handball. Missed the target. Kershaw tapped it away. Paddy Dowling. Keelan Betson. Liam Betson. Liam Betson gets it away to James Hickey's outside 50.
He is at right half back. He pulls it back to the corridor and he's just pulled it straight to the waiting arms of Jack Blood, who looks like he's going to be a premiership captain again unless something completely turns on its head in this contest. He squares the ball up to Sprague and then he sends it towards right half forward and Braden Ham has marked on the chest. He's 70 from home. We're approaching 8 minutes played. The margin at 22. St Joseph's would have to kick 4 goals in probably 20 minutes and they've only kicked 4 to this point to steal it. Copley, one more will do this, you would think. Liam Betson's handball stolen by Rudd. He lost it. Al Hickey surely being held on to. Umpire didn't see it that way. Ball in the right forward pocket for St Mary's. A clearing kick for Joey's. Calls for insufficient intent will go unheeded. And we'll get it thrown in at right half forward. Crowd has retreated to undercover and will stay there with the seats getting wet from that third quarter downpour. Thanks to Goddings, it really slicked up the surface and slicked up the Sharon.
So throw in. Hughes and Chaplin. Chaplin in front. Got it down Gow. Couldn't take it though. Travellini only as far as Chaplin for St Joey's. Little short kick towards De Grande. Hamish Burke against him. Garner got it away by hand. Kick around the corner was partly smothered. Goes towards Jansen. James Hickey's back there. Oh, coming out Copley as well. Just cop that. Travellini close to the boundary line. Jesse happy to see it over at right half forward for St Mary's, and that's all they have to do at the moment. So Joey's are the ones that need a couple of goals and quickly. 8-7-55 the Saints. Joey's are 4-9-33. And we have played 9.5 on the Bowen Foods time clock.
Final quarter action thanks to Zambrero. It's Feel Good Mex now serving hot chips. Hughes, well, it's deflected off a shin back out of bounds. And we will do it all again. So becoming a little bit monotonous. And we've got to feel that this grand final might have reached its apex. And it's coming down the other side and coming down the other side of the mountain. The 22 men in navy blue and green with the Blood Toyota Cup. Right half forward, ball back into play from behind Hughes, ball into the corridor. It's a bit going on off the footy. Gow and Jansen waging their own private wars, and Joey's have cleared the ball towards the outer wing. DeGrande went to go off the ground. He was able to pick up the loose footy and then flicked a handball up. Antonak in traffic. Can he jam it on the boot? He can. Webb is all alone. They've got options aplenty. What's he going to do? He's going to dink a little kick. Henderson from 49 sees an open goal square and skids it through to keep this contest alive. To say they needed that was an understatement, but there is still time if they were good enough. Margin back to 16 points. St Joseph's 5-9-39. St Mary's 8-7-55. Final quarter, K-Rock Zambrero scoreboard. Feel Good Mex now serving hot chips. Geelong West.
Just a couple of little one-on-one wins,
Ocean
wasn't it?
Grove. Yep.
You know, just crucial. They haven't really won the one-on-ones, and there was just a couple of one-on-ones there. There weren't an outnumber, so it does give you a 50-50 chance when you go 1v1. So a little bit of hope, but they're going to have to play a lot better than they have been in this quarter.
You feel like St Mary's can't save it. They need a goal to win this game. In the middle, Keelan Betson got it down. Nenada's got one high from Copley. Umpire said no. And we'll come in and ball it up just forward of the centre circle for St Mary's. So Rudd having a run in the ruck against Oscar Morrison. Rudd got a right fist to it, falls towards Cockrell. He had it and then he got it back and gave it to Jansen, who on his bootstraps got it around and inside forward 50. Which way is it going to bounce? It's going to bounce over a number. Liam Betson at the back. Handball from O'Dwyer. Just missed the target. Paddy Dowling. Handball to McDonald. Oh!
He ducked.
He ducked and got a high tackle. He ducked and got a high tackle. Curtis just thrown the toys out of the cot. And Elliot McDonald will shoot for goal from 30 out, 45-degree angle.
Wow.
Dowlow, your take on it, because Kirsch is gone.
Well, yeah, it's one of those ones, isn't it, Jace? I mean, I don't like commenting because you wouldn't have a game without the umpires. So
get off the fence, for God's sake. He ducked. We called the duck before he got tackled.
So Elliot McDonald, we said they might have needed a goal. This is it, 30 out.
Jeez.
Right of centre, southern end of the ground for St Mary's. Comes in, quick reply, Golski, and tells St Mary's all about it. The reserves are sitting down there. The twos have had a win, and the ones are on their way. 9-7-61, they lead St Joey's 5-9-39. Zambrero K-Rock, final quarter scoreboard.
Well...
No, you're in special comments. You have to comment.
I understand that. I've got some special comments. They don't get a tattoo too, don't you?
In the
that was a great kick, though. That was a great kick, though, by McDonald. Take nothing away from him. That was a fantastic kick. Under a bit of pressure, too, because they kicked the last Joey's, and there was maybe a little bit of glimmer of hope, and he went back and nailed it. Great kick.
Back in the middle. Tapped down one by Morrison, rucking against Rudd for St Joseph's.
Oh, he dragged it in.
Yeah,
he did.
He dragged that in. That is holding the ball.
Good call, guys.
Yeah, that is the legitimate. That is the perfect interpretation. A long ball from Gow. Edwards will come with a run and a jump. Pendlebury the spoil, front of the pack. Lewis try to fire a handball forward. Webb just needs to jam it on the boot. Does. The ball will roll and roll and roll and roll for a goal. So they get one back quickly as Luke Webb kicks just the second goal of the season for him. Kicked one from a 50-metre penalty. Make it the third, I should say. Kicked one from a 50-metre penalty in the second semi-final. And his third of the year and his first of the grand final. And the margin again back to 16 points. So no real damage done with the quick response on the final quarter. K-Rock Zambrero scoreboard. And judging from the vision I'm seeing from the netball courts, Newtown and Chilwell have won A grade.
Oh, my God. Again. They're unbelievable.
Luke Webb's just been really, really important for St Joey's just of late. He was forward, then he went into the midfield. Now he's gone behind the ball and kicked that goal from defence.
Back in the middle, Morrison got it down for St Joey's. Blood over the top of it again with James Gow.
They just need the clearance, don't they, St Joseph's? Like they did that last one, just get the ball moving quick, give themselves a chance.
They need two in a row. Morrison gets it down, Blood, and just pushes Gow off the footy. And Gowie made sure the umpires saw it too.
He did. Yep. Ironic cheers from the crowd.
So Gow from the middle, short little kick, was okay to Al Hickey. Garner stands the mark. Moves it forward now. Little right foot kick was okay. Oscar Morrison takes the mark, 65 from goal. pretty crowded. He's going to drive it long to the top of the square. Needs a mark. Where's Joel Edwards? Webb comes in, can't take the mark. Falls to the front of the pack. Keelan Betson just like a battering ram. Webb is there again. Ham out to Harry McMahon. Got rid of the football just under pressure from Tanner Owen. And the umpire says throw it in. Ooh, could have got a high tackle too.
A high or holding the man.
Yeah, I would have thought holding the man was...
So a boundary throwing 50 around from the St Joey's goal. 6-9-45. They trail St Mary's 9-7-61. 15 played in this final term on the Bowen Foods time clock.
Gee, if they would have pulled one out of the fire here, St Joey's goal-wise would be in for an entertaining finish. Hughes and Oscar Morrison right at the 50 at right half forward. Jansen went to throw it on the boot and had a fresh airy. Ball locked under the pack. Chafer, who hasn't had a huge influence on this contest, plays a tackle there. Connors is the one that's done the job on him for Wombat Gully Plant Farm, and at the sponsors logo at right half forward, we'll get a ball up.
Morrison gets it down, side of the pack. St Joey's had the numbers. They didn't pick the footy up. A free kick, though, over the shoulder. Harry McMahon came in. Jack Blood not happy, but free kick's going to come to James Gow, who, if St Joey's get over the line, will win the medal by the length of the Flemington Straight. He has been enormous this afternoon.
Could he still win it in a losing team?
He could. And he spears the ball inside to Oscar Morrison, who can't take the mark, can he? Yes, umpire Jones was there. Third umpire and the real umpire, and he said he took it. And no need to go upstairs. And he will shoot for goal from 45 out on a fairly acute angle. If you're here at GMHBA and you're a Cat supporter, Paddy Dangerfield kicks them from here all the time and misses them from in front. So he's right in front of the Dulux Community Bay on the right half forward flank at the northern end of the ground. Has not kicked a goal this afternoon, and this to make the margin 10 points. Morrison comes in. Right foot kick. Looks good off the boot, but the goal umpire runs to the far side and through for one behind. So they go to 6-10-46 now, St Joey's. Trail St Mary's 9-7-61. Zambrero K-Rock final quarter scoreboard. Zambrero. Feel Good Max now serving hot chips.
Time off the clock now for St Mary's is crucial. Pendlebury will bring it broadcast side below our best seats in the house for Apco Cafe 24/7. Webb at the front of the pack couldn't mark. Harry McMahon had it stolen off his boot by Webb, but he's kicking inside 50. Clean bowled Harvey Ryan. Chafer was clean with his pickup and had it knocked away by Connors. Connors picked up the loose footy. Chafer brought him down. Ball up, crowd involved. Just inside 50, left forward pocket. Luke Webb with his hands above his head. He's working his Tijuana brass off, trying to get his team back into this contest. Hughes and Chaplin. Harry McMahon knocked it. Chance Henderson wants his left boot. Kick, well, actually might have kicked into the back of a teammate. Mullen next to the boundary line, dumped over by Blood. And we will get a boundary throw in at left half forward. 9-7-61, 6-10-46. All of a sudden, the contest that seemed to be petering out has just started to lift in intensity with 17 3/4 minutes played on the Bowen Foods time clock.
So boundary throw in from behind Hughes. McDonald, Gow. Now Garner at the back. Falls over, leaves it behind Keelan Betson. Oh, just threw the ball to Mullen. He just said the don't argue. Ball spills free. Blood comes across, puts the tackle on DeGrand. He goes to Hamish Burke. His handball on the outboard to Jansen. Close to the boundary line. Chris is very happy to see it over. And the umpire said insufficient intent right in front of the St Joey supporters who are very happy. And Luke Webb.
That was there.
Has it there? It was. Absolutely it was. And Luke Webb is in the Jeremy Cameron pocket now at GMHBA Stadium. Jezza kicks him for fun here, and Webby, who has kicked one in this quarter and for this game to make the margin 9 points. Played 18.5 in his final term. Luke Webb comes in, northern end of the ground, goal has missed, just across to the far side and through for one behind. 6-11-47 St Joey's. They trail St Mary's 9-7-61. Zambrero K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
They can't afford to miss from here. They've got to take every opportunity. St Mary's is a big September catching up with them. Pendlebury drives it long towards half-back. Rudd front position spoiled by Mitchell. Chafer is there, couldn't take it. Ball will bobble at right half forward, but Connors will take it for the Saints. A handball that Chafer will track. Snap over his body, didn't really look. DeGrandy, a 2-on-1, will come up but can't mark on his chest. Ball spills to ground level, and outside 50 will get a ball up. 51 metres out, St Joey's in attack, and they've been doing a lot of it over the last 5 or 6 minutes, but the Saints' defence, as it has done for a lot of the season, holding firm.
50 from goal for St Joey's. Hughes Gets it down to the side of the pack. Copley runs through the pack, leaves the footy behind, has to go and get it. Barges his way through, but then Al Hickey gets it. Ball still in dispute. Chaplin gets it. Oh, he got tackled. He got rid of the football just. Hunter Lewis across centre half forward, but don't argue. Still got the handball away. Chaplin, 45 and closing in front of goal. Joey Chaplin kicks the goal.
Game on, Jace. There's a pulse. There's a pulse.
Kicks his first. And St Joey's go to 7-11-53. They've cut the margin to 8 points. St Mary's 9-7-61. Zambrero, K-Rock. Final quarter scoreboard. Feel Good Mex now serving hot chips.
Well, a bit of time in forward half. They've got it locked in their half, and they've just got that repeat entry going at the moment. They're putting the pressure back on St Mary's, and they're giving themselves opportunity. They've missed a couple this quarter as well, and particularly in the last 3 to 5 minutes. So, you know, they get this clearance and get inside forward 50. They're confident they could probably lock it in their forward half, Dale.
Back in the middle. Hughes winning the tap down, and the Saints will get it forward. Copley diving in, trying to knock it out. Does Garner. Oh, wonderful. Up to Blood. Blood to McDonald. McDonald will run to 45. Steady. Send it to the top of the square. Wants Rudd. Off the hands. Oh, Bailey Cockrell. Bailey Cockrell has put it through. Off the hands of the pack. Cockrell with the quick response and the margin. Back to 14. And it may be enough for the men in navy blue and green. He made the move from Lara. He joined his mate Braden Ham. And he finds himself getting closer to a premiership medal. Final quarter, K-Rock Zambrero scoreboard. Feel Good Mex now serving hot chips. St Mary's 10-7-67. Joey 7-11-53.
There's that outnumber again. They got out the front of the stoppage or the scrimmage at that stage, and they had the +2 there. There's too many numbers in the ball for St Joseph's. They didn't go there 1v1, stay with their man, and they got the extra number ahead of the ball.
Back to the middle, Chaplin, Hughes. Hughes got it down. Oh, Garner pushed off the footy. Umpire said no. Betson threw the ball out. Umpire said yes, please. Umpire Ganaccia right there. He had a great look at where Keelan Betson was, and the free kick's coming back to Jared Garner. He can't kick. So he'll be looking for a handball, and nobody's running around him. He's looking around going, come to me. Okay, I'm going to have to kick it. This is going to be terrible. Oh, wow, He goes with the right foot kick, and he goes up, and Rudd takes the mark. Michael Rudd, 50 from goal. Somebody was trying to tell me last week how he takes marks without a pack. Well, bugger me, that was in the middle of the pack. And he's going to shoot the goal from 50 out to put the cherry on top for St Mary's. This will be ball game stuff for Michael Rudd if he can do it. 22 played in this final term. They lead by 14. This to make the difference 20.
They've got the message down here, St Mary's too, gents. 6 minutes to go.
6 minutes to play. So Michael Rudd, 50 out, 45-degree angle. Wheels around on that left. Gives it everything. Not going to make the distance. Going to fall towards the side of the pack. Off hands. Ball spills free. Copley puts a tackle on. And it will be a ball up in the left forward pocket for St Mary's. Right end for them. They're 10-7-67. They lead St Joey's 7-11-53.
One more goal to see off the Joey's challenge from the ruck contest. Hughes trying to lock it in for St Mary's. It's going to spill out towards Jansen, who's been huge. Jams it on his left boot. Luke Webb's gone back behind the footy. Did that go 15 just? Takes the mark for Joey's.
Well, you can't slow things down here.
No, and he's not going to. He's going straight down the corridor. His target is Morrison. Double palm down Pendlebury. Sprague has pulled it to the left and through for a minor score. And the margin is 15. That would have been it. Charlie Sprague with his first score of the afternoon behind.
Webb kicks it in, finds Liam Betson. 15 the difference here. Short little kick, Kershaw. Thought about playing on, then called to play on. Handballs it back to Liam Betson. Off a step, goes lateral. Still inside defensive 50. Finds James Gow. Plays on now, straight down the middle. Dangerous kick because Ryan Pendlebury read it the better. Hasn't done too much today, Pendles, but he's done enough when he's needed to. And he kicks the ball laterally across from centre to centre wing and find Luke Bartolo, who's been told to pump it as far and as long as he can. Deep forward, he goes towards forward 50 with the kick. Coming out, Copley. Rudd's front and centre was good. Jansen goes with a right foot kick. Just got the kick away under pressure. Oh, wow, big tap there. Henderson came in against Webb. They both play for the same team. Jansen again, now over the top. Copley. Handball, Dowling comes back. Copley again. Tried to run through traffic, needs somebody in support, punched away by Antonak. Wales on the outside for St Mary's. He might want the safety of the boundary line, goes close, does, works it well and sees it out of bounds. 24 and a half played in this final term. on the Barwon Foods time clock at St Mary's by 15 points.
St Joey's just need to make sure that, now that they need to roll the dice, they've got to get their forwards up the ground a little bit more too. They're too disconnected, and that's sort of been the theme of the whole day for their ball movement. But they've got to get them up to make a little bit more connection and maybe get it out the back too.
Hurled back into play in the right forward pocket. Hughes pushed off it by Chaplin, and Chaplin just pumps it. A big bomb towards the middle of GMHBA Stadium, but it's a 2-on-1. Lang trying to protect the drop of the ball for Rayner. Did it well. Rayner's handball a bit too slick for Bartolo. Chafer will get in low. He's had a free kick from below the knees. No. James Hickey back there. A handball to Edwards. Edwards flicked it out wide to Kershaw. Kershaw turns onto his right boot. Sends a long ball, but didn't really look. Lang, how will it bounce? It'll sit okay for him. Sat on its point. Handball back to Hamish Burke. Had to wait for it to bounce. Then a handball back to Lang. Lang under pressure. Quick kick around the corner will be okay. Connors has marked a bobbling one on his chest. He won't have to play the hero today, Chip. But he'll still be able to drink sweetly from a Premiership Cup, you would suspect.
Right foot kick towards half forward. Big pack there. Hughes punched away front and centre. Kel Mitchell's got it. Has a little handball to Antonak. Runs through centre wing. Right foot kick. Open. Forward 50. Over the back. Mullen in there. Good spot for him. Lang against it. Lang! Put the tackle on. He's still got the handball away. De Grande in the pocket. Open goal square. Which way is it going to bounce? Through. Touched on the line. Oh, fantastic defensive play. And that came from Charlie Sprague. And he put it through for a rush behind us St Joey's. And they go to 7-12-54. They trail St Mary's 10-8-68. Zambrero K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Pendlebury into the left back pocket. He trots and he'll drive a left foot kick towards the outer half-back flank. Hughes got his hands on the footy, but off the hands of the pack hose. A handball back to James Hickey. James Hickey's kick's going to work out okay, although Chaplin fumbled at an inopportune time. Knocks it towards forward 50. Edwards has got to hit a target. He won't. He'll kick it straight to Harvey Ryan. He'll take it on the bounce. He fires a handball to Wales, and Wales can go. Wales at right half-back. He touches it to the turf, and then he steadies and kicks towards a one-on-one. Good spoil O'Dwyer. Knocked it away from Dowling towards the boundary line and out. And we'll get a boundary throw in. Joel O'Dwyer's done a good job on Paddy Dowling this afternoon.
He's done a terrific job. Not sure what their runner was trying to do then. He was like he was trying to shepherd the ball over the line.
Boundary throw in centre wing. Right in front of the best seats in the house thanks to Atco Cafe 24/7. Hughes and Chaplin. Hughes gets it down. Nanatus on centre wing, outside of the right foot, close to the boundary line. Harvey Ryan kills the footy over the boundary line. And we are going to have a boundary throw in. It's St Mary's 10-8-68. They lead St Joey's 7-12-54. We've played 27 and a half minutes in this final term. Zambrero K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Great stories everywhere. Harvey Ryan, one of those. Finally got his body right. Has played 15 games this year. He'll be a premiership player in just his 23rd game. From the boundary throw in, a kick around the corner by Chaplin. Garner and Lang got in each other's way, and Gow was the recipient. Sent a long ball. Edwards flew. Ball got out the back untouched. Ball got out the back. No, touched is the claim. Touched is the claim. Joel Edwards flew but didn't get anywhere near it. And that would have cut the margin back to 8. Instead, it's 13. That long ball, 10-8-68, 7-13-55 from Gower behind. Final quarter, K-Rock Zambrero scoreboard. Feel good next. Now selling hot chips.
Pendlebury kicks it in towards half-back. Fletcher Hughes down to the front. And off the side of the pack, Harry Smith sees it over the boundary line. And we're going to have a throw in at left half forward for St Joey's.
And Michael Rudd's gone behind the ball for St Mary's, and Liam Betson's gone with him this time to even up that number.
They have to, Dowler. Good pick up in the experts chair for the Sporting Globe. Eat, drink, sport, Ryrie Street, Geelong. Hope you're enjoying the call through K-Rock 955, K-Rock Football.live and AFL Barwon TV. Garner got surely taken high, will win a free kick. Now he'll be, he and Gow go at each other. Gow and Garner get up close and personal. Points at the scoreboard as well. There's Jared Garner at the 29-minute mark. The veteran looking to become a 4-time premiership player. Kicked too much on it for Jansen, but Dowling was there. He genuflected, then got back to his feet. The kick to half forward wasn't his best. It'll roll through both McDonald and Kershaw. Edwards to clean up. Long way from home. Kershaw wants the corridor, and he finds Webb.
He does. Webb takes it centre half back, wants to switch the play into the middle. Henderson takes the mark, plays on quickly, goes towards half forward. Gow takes it for St Joey's. He gets on the outside. Antonak now inside forward 50. De Grande can't take the diving mark. He was at third slip and he dropped it, and it's out of bounds for a throw in. in the right forward pocket for St Joey's. 29 and a half played in this final term. St Mary's 10-8-68. St Joey's 7-13-55. Zambrero K-Rock final quarter scoreboard.
Can they jag one here? Give themselves some sort of pulse. They won't because Lang's cleared. He's going to be a premiership player, you'd suspect, after losing one back home at Finley last year. Ball back inside forward 50. Mitchell a high ball for St Joey's. It's allowed to bounce. Fisted away by Burke. Who's going to pounce on it? Betson tried to. Brought down in a Harvey Ryan tackle. Ball not coming out. And we'll get another ball up. 68 plays 55. You would suspect that the Joey's challenge is going to fall short in 2025 and St Mary's are going to produce one of the more unlikely premierships.
Ball up Morrison. Sprague gets it down. Close to the boundary line. Webb runs it out. Another boundary throw in. Still in the right forward pocket. Clouds coming across again here at GMHBA Stadium. It's St Mary's by 13 points, and we've played 30 and a half minutes in this final term on the Barwon Foods time clock.
Need to pull one out of the fire here. Joey's Sprague and Morrison to do the ruck work. Morrison grabbed it out of the ruck. Quick snap, didn't get purchase. Ham had the footy, had it knocked away by Gow. The kick of Garner partially smothered. Deflected back to Travellini. Handball into the pocket. Henderson, James Hickey, tight angle. Threw it on the right boot. Top of the square. Needs to find a mark. DeGrandy with the one hand. That won't get it done. Harvey Ryan's there. Jack Mullen is on the loose footy and dragged down to ground. And back there laying a tackle over the top. Is that Rudd? That is. And we'll get a ball up left forward pocket. Northern end, 31 minutes played. Can't be long left now. 10-8-68. 7-13-55. In front of the Joel Selwood stand. Morrison on the tap down. Betson did the roving, had it knocked from his grasp. Connors is there. And now a free kick going which way? It's going to St Mary's. I think it might have been kicking in danger, was it?
Yeah, it was. That's what he paid.
So it'll come back to Chip Connors. Fair to say, Jack Mullen is in absolutely no hurry. He walked over to the footy and then decided, I'm not picking that up because time on has been blown.
Celebrations have started down here on the bench.
Yeah.
Bailey Cockrell's got his hands on his head. Can't quite actually believe it.
They know it. They're home. Connors at the end of the ground that he kicked the winning goal back in 2019. Pumps it beyond defensive 50 from the spot that he started his run. Edwards is there. Chance for Nanatus. He's wrapped up. Wales and Blood locking them up. 52 out from goal. 32 minutes played. 68 plays 55. Hughes wins the tap down. Ham couldn't take it. Umpire Wilson goes down in back play. Ball knocked forward by Owen towards Nanatus. Owen went to go off the ground. Harry McMahon spilled it to Garner. Garner just reefed a handball towards the boundary line and out. Copley is there. He'll be a premiership player again. Missed out in 22. Was here in 19. And we'll get it hurled back into play. 68-55. St Mary's on the verge of their 7th GFNL senior premiership. Hughes the tap down. Ham couldn't get it onto his boot. Gow dumped in the tackle by Hughes. Jammed on the boot by Chaplin. Ball rolls inside forward 50. Edwards for a late one. Didn't get the purchase he wanted. It goes across the face of goal. A bouncing ball into the right forward pocket. Morrison took it cleanly for St Joseph's. A handball back to Antonak. Snapped it around his body. Lang will stand underneath it. And the siren will sound. And Split End's got it wrong. History does repeat. From an elimination final and death's door to winning the most unlikely of premierships. Saints be praised. It's a heavenly night coming.
It's a high-flying flag. It's the emblem for me and for you. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the green and the blue. Every heart beats true for the green and the blue as we sing this song to you. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the green and the blue.
Congratulations to St Mary's Football Club, 2025 Blood Toyota GFL Premiers.
Fair to say that was the most unbelievable of results. There were 5 options coming into September and they were probably option number 4, maybe 3. And they get the job done and they deserve to be celebrated. They have come from an elimination final, and for the 4th time in 10 completed seasons, Kirsch. Who says it can't be done? You just got to get there.
Absolutely you do. And, there's always pros and cons or fors and against for coming in from an elimination final. You either play more games and your body's fit and your game fit and you're up and about, or you have the rest your body and you don't have that continuity in your games. You have a couple of weeks off. There's pros, cons, there's fors and against. On this occasion, it worked out as a positive because they played their best footy on the right day.
Yep, absolutely. And they've done it like no other. They've done it off 2 6-day breaks.
Yep.
Nobody else has done that in GFNL history. St Mary's 10-8-68, St Joseph's 7-13-55. We're going to send it downstairs. Jane Birch and Buzz Conway, we're going to be all over this post-game. 5th quarter, thanks to Homestyle Aged Care. All our post-match interviews with the players and the coaches for 40 winks. Find the perfect bed for your body. Buzz and Birchie, I see you're making your way over there. Buzz, where do we find you right now? Might get you to open up to the box, Buzz, if you can, from out of that huddle. Just the signal in with the throng of people on the ground, just struggling to get through at the moment. We might try you again, Buzz, if we can. Yeah, we still got you there, Buzz. We might struggle with
Guys, I've got Jack Blood here, the Premiership captain. What an amazing performance. You must be absolutely pinching yourself. This is incredible. The last 4 weeks of footy you guys have played.
Yeah, it's pretty speechless again. I don't know how we keep doing it, to be honest. It's sort of surreal, to be fair, to get back out here 5 weeks ago. I don't think anyone really thought we were going to get there. But we've just got that belief, so it's just great to have. And again, I spoke about it last week, those kids that keep stepping up, the old guys that keep running around, it's just unreal.
And I think there's going to be a few stories to come out of this one, because I think there was a few blokes out there for you that were...
Presentation, the announcement of the Frank Foppiani medal. Any early thoughts, gentlemen?
I think Chris Jansen. I think early on he was great. I don't know. What do you reckon, Kirsch?
Oh, look, I mean, Hamish Burke won't win it because...
Yeah, it's not sexy. Because he's
it's not sexy. He didn't do it, like, as in he wasn't... His possessions wouldn't have been high, but you know what? Possessions aren't everything in football,
right.
and the role he played, I thought was fantastic. And
they might have Sam Burke in the mix potentially with his 4 goals on a day like today, and that sort of broke the game open.
A bit like Luke Parker.
He spent a bit of time on the bench in the last quarter with that shoulder too, Birchie.
I hadn't been revealing it, but last week I think you might remember me saying he had a lower abdominal hip flexor type of issue, and when he came at the quarter time break, he lifted his jumper up. He had some significant padding to his midriff, so he was one of the ones I was talking about. He's got out there, under duress and performed on the big stage.
I think the important thing to note is that if we look at this side of St Mary's right now, and we can't choose an out-and-out winner for best on, that is why they win it. Yeah. That's why they won this grand final.
Gow wins the Foppiani.
Potentially, but that's exactly why they won this grand final, because they had 22 contributors out there today, and not one of them really stood out to be the dominant player on the ground.
I fully agree with you, though, in terms of Hamish Burke. I think if he doesn't win the medal, which potentially he doesn't, you go and do the player's player or trademark player of the day or whatever internally for St Mary's, he's that winner that wins that medal for them.
Absolutely. Let's go back down boundary side. Who's available? Fire away, guys, if you can hear me. Either Birchie or Buzz.
Yeah, I'm just circling the outside the circle here. I might try and grab Jesse Travellini quickly.
So,
yeah, I've got dressed Jesse with me.
Down to you, Birchie.
It's starting to pour the rain again. Jesse, unbelievable. What are the feelings right now?
Yeah, as you said, unbelievable. Like, can believe it, but yeah, just, yeah, a little bit speechless, to be honest. Like, the position we came from, yeah, I'm sorry, I am just a little bit speechless, yeah.
I think that win just typified your whole final series. It wasn't about people standing out. We just had a little bit of discussion about the best on, and it was really tricky to decide, but everyone just did those 1%ers. You just did the little things, worked as a team, defensive play, shut down their opponents. In the midfield, that link-up chain with the handball. It was just outstanding, and that's what's got you to this point, is just all working together.
Yeah, exactly right. I feel like we all just played our roles. Like, obviously had a bit of a turnover last year. Yeah, we've been on the wrong side of our team's timing. They run well in finals, so like we had a bit of a focus to that throughout the year and didn't overcomplicate it. We just had blokes play their role. We knew it's a long year. Like I said, we're on the wrong side of it the last couple of years, but yeah, it's great to be back.
We were chatting before the game too, and I think 2019 you were in a premiership winning team here. How does this rate compared to that? Completely different group, obviously, but if you could compare the two.
Yeah, it's a very different group. It's very similar. Like, yeah, to come from 4th or 5th, like, we're probably stronger throughout the year this year. Like, we'll probably be unlucky to finish 3rd, but it was similar in terms of, like I mentioned, some turnover at the back end of last year. We had a fair bit of that after a losing grand final in 18 as well. So, yeah, without saying it to too many people, it did feel very similar throughout the year. So, for it to come to life today is amazing. So, yeah, so grateful to be at this club and to be in this position. So.
And so you've worked here, and then you just come out onto the turf and win GFL Grand Finals for fun. That's pretty incredible, Jesse.
Yeah,
with the Cats, yeah.
I forgot about that actually. So, yeah, big day tomorrow too at the AFL Grand Final. So hopefully we can go another one. Would be nice. So.
Thanks so much for joining us. Amazing performance. Watching you, and congratulations. Enjoy the celebrations.
Just say as well, well done to you guys as well in your year. Like, you do a great job promoting the sport in the region. So yeah, well done on that as well.
Jesse,
Thanks,
you're a star. Thank you, Jesse. Where are you, Buzz? Are you anywhere to be found? Have you got caught up in the throng down there?
I'm skirting around. I've got Charlie Sprague alongside me. Charlie, congratulations. What are the emotions?
Thanks, mate. I can't believe it, to be honest. It's been one hell of a season and one hell of a finals run, and we've bloody done it. So absolutely pumped.
Can you rank them? Obviously, one with Bowen Heads a few years ago now, and now this one. How do they sit alongside each other?
I think recency bias is always front of mind. So I think this goes. I'm from bloody the elimination final. Come all the way. This is fantastic.
All right, go and enjoy it. Well done.
They're making their way over to the podium.
I'll chat to Garns and Chip Connors quickly. I've got two of the walking wounded here. You've both managed to get yourselves up for the grand final, probably under a bit of duress coming into this game, but an amazing performance. You just never gave up. That third quarter was unbelievable, and you played the conditions perfectly.
Yeah, I think there's a few tall boys, not just us two. That's what happens when you play Sunday games back to back. But I'm sure they had a few sore ones as well. But yeah, it was just 22 efforts today from 22 boys, so really proud of the boys.
And Chip, yourself, you've been out recently with the calf injury, and you've got up for this one. You've given it your all. Congratulations. It must feel amazing.
Yeah, unbelievable. I had no idea if I was going to make it this week, and I just trained Wednesday night and it felt all right, and here we are, and we got it done. I don't know how, but Garns on one leg. Everyone was amazing. It was a great team effort.
It's amazing when you get to finals. There's not much separating the two teams, but if you've got that belief and that determination and drive, you can achieve anything.
Oh, definitely. I think obviously it was talking about a lot of the early year, how many we've lost, but we've just got so much belief in this group. All the young boys stood up, the coaches, the senior boys, all the leaders led from the front, and yeah, just really proud again.
Who leads the celebrations tonight?
I reckon us two.
Yeah, well and truly.
Right at it.
There was a reason I put the mic to your mouth, Chip. Go and enjoy, get your medals.
Jared Garner and Chip Connors, a couple more St Mary's boys. Thanks to 40 Winks, find the perfect bed for your body. It's time now to go down for the post-game ceremony, and we will have that brought to you.
GFL season thanks to Blood Toyota. A big thank you to the naming rights, Blood Toyota, the continued support, and also Kardinia Park Stadium Trust assisting today's event. But also like to thank the umpires, not just for this afternoon, but also throughout the 2025 season. I'd like to welcome Regional General Manager of AFL Barwon, Lisa Patterson, to say a few words. Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Matt. Just thank you to everyone for showing out today. It's been a fantastic day of football. Congratulations to St Mary's on a fantastic win. And Joey's, what a fantastic season you've had. To Sally and Sue, be proud of what your clubs have achieved today. For everyone that's turned out and our major sponsors, Blood Toyota, thank you. We can't put these events on without you. To KPST and the Geelong Football Club, thank you for once again opening this beautiful venue for us to enjoy. So thanks to everyone, and I hope everyone's had a fantastic day.
Thank you, Lisa. And of course, let's welcome on the umpires now for their fantastic effort today. Goal umpires Cameron Ritchie, Michael Graham, and emergency goal umpire Hayley Hunt. Boundaries Ned Foley, Travis Hunt, Jack Tingiri, Oscar Williams. And field umpires Chris Jones, Steve Kinachia, and Daniel Wilson. Emergency Errol Burns. Well done to our umpires today.
So the umpires being presented with their medals. A couple of decisions left us a little bit baffled this afternoon.
Miffed.
But nothing that has influenced the contest significantly.
The 100 at the start might have, a little bit.
Well,
of course, after a magnificent season, there can only be one winner, but a huge congratulations to our runners-up this season, St Joseph's Football Club. To speak on their behalf, we welcome their coach, Ron Watt.
I'm not sure where the music is coming from, but
we had the Sporting Globe already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody's piping music through the channels here. I'm not sure how that's come about.
Always disappointing when you can't get the result, but well done to St Mary's. Congratulations, thoroughly deserved. To our lads, we have to bat up again and have another go at it. And we've got lots of great supporters and sponsors who help us along. And even though we've come out on the wrong side of the ledger, the fact that we're all here competing and having purpose with being involved in clubs is a tremendous thing. So congratulations, enjoy it, and we'll be back next year.
Thank you, Ron. Fantastic effort, great season for St Joseph Football Club as well. I'd like to welcome to the stage to present the Frank Floppiani Best on Ground medal, son Connor. Connor, welcome to you. Round of applause for Connor, who will present the medal for Best on Field, awarded the AFL Victoria medal. And the winner of the Frank Floppiani medal from St Mary's, number 4, Keaton Rayner.
I think that one's caught us a little bit by surprise. I'm not sure whether we had him on our bingo card there, Kirsch.
No, certainly didn't, but good on him. Well done. You know, that's another one who's done a bit of a job on Hunter Lewis, and whether that came into play or not, but if we were talking about that, that's what we were talking about Hamish Burke's role about before.
So well done to Keaton Rayner, of course, gets to do what not many get to do and play the premiership under his dad.
Presented in just a moment, but firstly, round of applause and welcome the coaches from the St Mary's Football Club, Luke Rayner and Ben Bosley.
So Luke Rayner gets what he's been chasing, a senior premiership. He's coached all over the countryside, numerous clubs here in Geelong. Stepped up last year with Glen Keast. Ben Bosley, we know, took East Geelong to a minor premiership a couple of 3 years ago in the GFNL. Two-time premiership coach at Birregurra, and he also has a GFNL premiership.
Thanks,
now
Matty.
as a coach.
Firstly, to St Joseph's, congratulations on a fantastic season. You've had a fantastic couple of years now, and I think the beauty about both of our clubs is that we're both driven clubs to get back to this stage year on, year out. So we've got no doubt that you'll be back here again next year, and we wish you well, but congratulations on the season that you had. To our boys, to our club, it's been an amazing 4 to 6 weeks. It's one of great resilience. It's one of great connection. It's been one of great enjoyment. We've got on a roll. We've enjoyed the ride together. We can't fault what you've been able to put in, but also now what you've been able to get out of it. So from Bose and I, we're truly appreciative of everyone's efforts at the football club. Everyone's played a part, everyone's played a role, and I'm just so excited that you guys now get the reward for your efforts. Congratulations.
Thanks, Luke. Let's get into the premiership medals for every player. All right, here we go. Number 1, Charlie Lang. Number 2, Bailey Cockerell.
The great Yap presenting the medals too. Kevin McMahon.
Yes.
Thanks, Bailey.
Would have been
Number
nice to actually
4,
acknowledge
Keenan Rayner.
that Yappa was doing that. So he'll get to present one to his son.
Number
Harry.
5, Harvey Ryan.
Interesting that Joey's players are still staying.
Number 8, Christopher Jansen.
It's good
Number
today,
13,
CJ.
Ryan Pendlebury.
Ryan Pendlebury was very solid down back.
Number
Took some
16,
good intercept
Hamish
marks when it
Burke.
mattered. Well, say no more about Hamish Burke. He was. We thought he was terrific today.
Absolutely.
You know, just the little things. Doesn't have to get a lot of the ball.
Number
Just the one-on-ones
18,
were real
Sam
crucial.
Burke.
Well, Sam Burke
Kicked 4 goals.
Kicked 4
goals in the grand
Number
final.
19, Michael Rudd.
4 out of 10. Conditions were hard. Ruddy was serviceable all day. Did
Number
his role,
20,
played
Charlie
his-
Sprague.
Played a good game. Same with Charlie, really. Charlie
Yeah,
was good behind
he
the
was
ball.
good.
He got
Yeah.
up the ground a bit, and
Number
And both
23,
of those
Patrick
players
Dowling.
switch between forward and back as well.
absolutely, they got that versatility.
Number 24, Jesse Travaglini.
Dallin was a bit quiet today, quieter than normal, but still
Number
popped up when he had to.
25,
Jesse
Nicholas
was terrific,
Connors.
I thought. Jesse Travaglini, good game. Nick Connors just does what he does.
Number
just solid down
26,
back.
Harry
General.
McMahon.
Harry was probably a bit quieter by his standards, but again, just played his role, did what he had to, bobbed up
Number
when he needed to.
27, Luke Bartolo.
Played every game this year, Luke Bartolo.
Yeah, I thought he was serviceable as well
Number
today.
28, Elijah Wales.
Little Lidge Wales, he was terrific, I thought, today. I thought he kicked a nice
Number
goal and just
29,
bobbed up
Fletcher
everywhere. And
Hughes.
another one who just did what he had to do. Him and Chaplin had a good battle
Number
all day, and they probably
32,
come out even
Jared
then too.
Garner.
And Fletcher Hughes was pretty good towards the end.
Garns.
Garns was injured, but Garns is Garnsy.
He'll get
Number
he'll get
36,
3 votes
Elliot
on Monday.
McDonald.
You win the medal on Monday, Garns.
Exactly. McDonald kicked a nice
was
goal.
Number
he was good.
42, Matthew Copley.
Just does what he has to.
And of course,
Copley.
our 2 captains
A bit of
today,
injuries in his
number
career.
6, Jack Blood.
I thought Bloody was really good today. I thought from the start to the finish, he led
And
the way.
number
and
10,
real contested
Braden
head over the
Ham.
ball. Braden was good early, and then obviously copped that injury and just sort of flitted in there out of the contest.
I'd now
but
like to
even looks
invite
sore now, getting
Sean
up the
Blood
steps.
from Blood Toyota to present the 2025 Premiership Cup.
So Sean Blood will thoroughly enjoy this, wearing his St Mary's rugby top. And
Winners of the Blood Toyota
the-
2025 GFL Premiership St Mary's Football Club.
to the victors, the spoils. To the victors, the spoils. The Premiership Cup of 2025 in the hands of the St Mary's Sporting Club. Their 7th GFNL Premiership, and the celebrations are underway as unfortunately St Joseph's, the vanquished, will trudge disappointingly from the field. A day, unfortunately, not to remember for the men in red, gold and black, but as a rainbow again shows itself out to the east. A bit of a metaphor for the day for St Mary's. Let's go down boundary side again this 5th quarter. Thanks to Homestyle Aged Care, and for 40 Winks, find the perfect bed for your body. Both Jane Birch and also Josh Conway will bring us plenty of the colour from down on the GMHBA Stadium turf. Not sure whether the boys are staying out for long or whether there'll be a little bit of...
Kingy, before I grab another player, I have the St Mary's president
Yes!
here.
Woohoo!
KC and the Sunshine Band.
That's it.
two-seat hybrid Toyota Kluger.
Hi, girls.
Available now with a 4.9% comparison rate with Toyota Finance.
What? This is our uniform. Are you serious? They just copied us.
Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota.
Hey guys, should we have one of our massive big nights out?
How you going?
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is my school.
This is